said it, but you know, I'll take care of it when I get a little, when I get time. But we about to do it now. Yeah, I know they're probably waiting, so we about to jump on here in a hot second. Yeah. All right. Man, peace, everybody. Give me one quick second. Give me one quick second. We're gonna get into this little drip. Apologize. One quick second. And we're gonna get started. I just gotta make sure this guy got this paper for class. Apologies, everyone. Email was taking slow this morning. Let me see what he said. Okay. Oh, damn it. There it goes. Okay. And all right, give me 1 second. Yep, I forgot. Let me see. Well, I didn't forget. I just need to make sure it go through. Sorry about that, everyone. Let me get my tea. Baby, tonight, still not, we lose control. Peace, 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 everybody. On this beautiful day. I had a short day today. Whoa. But I hope everybody having a productive day. As always, an amazing day. But yeah, gratitude for everyone for the solar return. Blessedness. My solar return was Monday on the 19th. So gratitude to everyone. I got a couple of my brothers coming out this weekend. We're just gonna chill out, you know, go a couple places, relax, eat a good meal. It's always good to fellowship with those that love you. But I just jumped on here, man, because I like to get on here when I have free time in my busy day, because this is part of my charity. And I'm just in honors those that support our ministry. It's getting ready to happen again. Right now I'm in Arizona, but I'm getting ready to establish my first brick and mortar in my city of Flint. When I first moved out to Arizona, I had rented a charter school. I had the whole access to the whole charter school. Then I had my own building in Arizona, but I had to figure out a lot of people are not truth seekers. They're scam artists in this Moorish community. So I had to create my own. And as I travel all over in my city of Flint, we're getting ready to establish another brick and mortar with the donations that I've been getting from my family and friends. I told everybody all I needed was 300 people donating $100 a month, and we was gonna buy a building. We're close, right in my city of Flint. And we're gonna turn it into a whole community center. Access gonna be open 7 days a week for boys and girls, everything. We're gonna be teaching, we're gonna be having mentoring. My mother is an artist. I know too many artists. I know too many skilled trade people. I know too many people that's contractors and electricians. And you're not doing any community service showing the young men and the women how to work with their hands. That's what I'm gonna build in my community. All our small donations that the church been doing, should have been doing. And what these preachers are doing is just for personal gain. Because there's nothing wrong with supporting your religious and charitable contribution and your community of your choice. But it has to be real. And that's what I teach people. The only thing we own is our spirituality and our schools and our neighborhood and the houses in our neighborhood. And if people don't follow that blueprint, what's already there, the laws, the tax exempt status, and everything else that's established, we wasting our time. You know, and I'm here to show people, if people have been following me for years on social media, you can Google me. I'm from the city of Flint, Michigan. I live in Arizona. I reside in Vegas as well. I have muftis all over the state. I've been doing this out of my own pocket, going to the prisons where nobody will go speak to, going to the hardest hit fun schools, lecturing under my own dime. When I stayed in Tucson, I used to give so many brothers out of prison, I used to give them suits. So say your brothers got out of prison and you knew me, no matter what nationality you are, you would hit me up and I give you a suit and tie and everything. I still do it. I probably donate 20, 30 suits a year, you know, out of my own pocket, out of my own connections. And so I know what can be done in the community. Why? Because my whole life is community. That's what a divine minister is. That's what an educator and a scholar are supposed to do. Acquire all that information, come back to your community, and be able to be a workman that's due his hire in his or her community and show what can be done. That's why I could have been got loans from the bank. I could have been lowered myself and said, okay, I'm gonna deal with the FBI, which is the Faith-Based Initiative. That's the acronym. And then if I get that government funded money, I'm gonna have to teach government funded spirituality and history, Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. And I can't. Why? Because I know better. And I'm anointed and consecrated and educated, and my heart is pure. So I gotta be a 5%er. That's why I throw it back on my people. And I be like, what y'all talk about? We can't support. The money you give to Uncle Sam that you think you can really get a tax return, all we gotta do is cipher some of that to our organization and hold me accountable. And watch the magic happen. Because nobody coming in our neighborhoods to save us. I tell these people this all day long. Peace Noble Blackface, whoever that is. I'm already going to shout out to everybody. Peace Noble, whoever that is, TikTok, I don't know who that is. Peace and love. But I tell my brothers and sisters, how can you arbitrarily explain scriptures? How can you sit up here and talk about something and that's not your expertise? You know? How can a person sit up here and speak on these specifics and then you say, well, what's your background? Oh, I work at Amazon, or I'm a truck driver. So you get all your information from where? So you're really not initiated. So you're really not anointed and consecrated. So that's a shade tree mechanic. You got to learn how to not only play the music, but read the music and be able to teach somebody else as well. You know, you must. That's why I tell people, the reason why they don't want to talk about the constellations and what's above is also below, because they keep you off the breadcrumbs, and brothers are under a spell. Peace. What do y'all think Maserat mean? Peace. What do y'all think Maserat mean in the biblical scriptures? I tell people this all day. If you don't have a lexicon, if you don't understand, if you're not dealing with linguistics, you're going to arbitrarily explain stuff. Just like when in the Bible it says, it's not finished no more. We're not under the law no more. That word fulfilled is a Greek word called palero, meaning to magnify and bring back to your remembrance, because people was teaching false doctrine in. That's why in the Bible, 1 Thessalonians, 5:21, it clearly states, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. Prove it. Because the Bible, it speaks over 100-some books. Specifically, in the Bible that you got in your hand, it speaks of at least 24 books. The Bible in your hand. And in academia, we call those prerequisites, or the Bible called those schoolmasters. So how you have a whole puzzle and you got all the pieces missing? So I asked these people that say they know something. I said, well, what does Maserat mean in your biblical scripture? In Job 38 and 32 and 2 Kings 23 and 5. What does it mean? Because if you're honest and tell what it means, now you got to start teaching. That's why a preacher can be mocked all day, but a teacher, what you going to do? Teach? How you going to mock me? You going to teach? Or what you going to talk about my turban and my fez? I don't care about that. I don't care about none of that, because I know who I am and I know what it means for me, and I'm righteous. So it ain't nothing else nobody can do. So when I ask these people that don't understand true history and science, I say, what does Maserat mean in your biblical scripture? Well, what do you mean, Sheik? I'll wait. Because now you got to start telling the truth. And now you got to start peeling things back. I'm going to break this down in a GAP class Saturday about the constellations and the so-called 12 disciples. I'm going to break that science down. So when I ask these people again, I say, what does Maserat mean in your Bible? Anybody should know it, because it's been there. I ain't just put it in there. That's why I tell my people, I'm a teacher's teacher. I'm your teacher's favorite teacher. You can't go to academia and get what I get. Why? Because I went to academia and I graduated with honors. That's why I know from history, from science to lawfulness, from indigenous people law and policy, because I have an expertise in that. From nonprofit startup, from linguistics to etymology, to macroeconomics, to microeconomics, because I have experience in it. From all 501c, I don't care if it's a 501c3 all the way to a 1 to 10. I don't care if people talking about a trust fund. It's a whole bunch of trusts. It's damn near 16 trusts. Which one fits you? You see, you have to come to class and learn these things so you can have all the ammo, but people just be talking. People say they're a holy man, they a goddess, but then making dumb decisions. That ain't a goddess. That's not a god. Once again, I ask brothers and sisters that say they know. I say, what is Maseroth in the Bible? What does that mean? What does that word, what does that phrase consist of? And I ask preachers this because I've been through the fire. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I've lectured and preached all through the city. That's why I had to create my own, because I'm not going to be part of the problem. I'm not going to be part of the problem. I'm going to be the change unit. So when I ask these preachers, they say, well, I haven't studied that far. Well, what you up there preaching for? Because the qualifications in the Bible, in Titus, it says qualifications to be a pastor, a rabbi, a shaman. Let's see, do you qualify to be in that specific, how can I say, auspices? They be like, what do you mean, what does Maseroth mean? Yeah, what does Maseroth, what does that phrase mean in Job 38 and 32 and 2 Kings 23 and 5? That's all I ask these brothers and sisters that say they know the Bible. Okay, well, break it down and be honest. What is that talking about? They're going to start sound like an old school car stalling. But no, tell the truth, shame the devil. Say to people. That's about the constellation. That's about the zodiacs. These is facts. And if you don't understand that the Bible is written in analogy, parable, and symbology, and metaphors, then you lost. The Bible is written in analogy, parable, symbology, and metaphors. These is facts. If you don't know that, that's your fault. They left all those soul holidays in there for the ones they wanted to convert. When people be talking about the Christmas tree, I don't think it was meant for that. I think it's for you going against this. Read Jeremiah chapter 10. If the Nicolaitans were pagans and they did idol worshiping, what was the idol worship that the Nicolaitans did? That in Jeremiah 10, the scripture says that Jesus hated, Yahshua hated the Nicolaitans. He ain't say I liked them a little bit. It said I hate them. Follow the Nicolaitans, following Saint Nick. So what did the Nicolaitans do in Jeremiah chapter 10? They get the tree, they cut it down, they put silver, they put gold on it, they do gifts. That's the same thing at the Christmas tree. So don't play. Well, you talk about idol worship and paganism. That's a form of paganism. Yule, Saturnalia, the same thing. Easter, same thing. They put those certain things in the Bible to convert the so-called Christian. Etymology origin is somebody stupid, Cretan, somebody with missing limbs, dumb Cretan. That's what they called them. Dumb Christian, dumb Cretan, etymology of origin. No disrespect. I asked these people all day, I said, dude, if you're going to say Bible, well, let's teach the biblical scriptures. Because I know the wool that people play over your eyes. It's a Masonic game. I'm going to say it all day. It's a Masonic game, point blank. And these lower level Masons and these Easter Stars have no power. No Greeks, it's no power. Even these books that's out, all this rewritten stuff, it's no power. What's being happened today is the liar being exposed. Who? Our own people. I'm telling you. All I ask these people, I say, well, what does the Bible don't speak of the constellations and the zodiac. Okay, well, what's Maseroth? I just be waiting for people to come up with their own stuff, and I'll be like, dude, go sit down. If the Bible don't talk about the constellations and the zodiacs and esoteric science and what's above is definitely below, and break that down for people can see it instead of spookism. You can't tell me what Maseroth mean in the biblical scriptures with honesty and love in front of everybody. You want to talk to me behind closed doors? For what? For what? It's too many books. It's too much history. It's too much ancient books that talk about this. Oh, it's not canon. Who told you this? The ones that don't want you to know this. They took everything out and threw it back to you. And I'm telling you, that ain't science. Everything I speak on, everything that I lecture about in academia, it can be researched. I did my oral dissertation on everything I'm talking about at Grand Canyon University. And I got my dual master's degree in Christian studies. You could hear a pin drop when I speak. I have professors that was Al-Islam Muslims that talk all that stuff. No, let's deal with the scholarship. I'm not arguing over your belief system, because right on the word belief, it's a word called belie. Believing in things that can't be proven. So I'm not arguing with no one with no belief system. Let's deal with the science. I'm telling you, everything you're talking about is tradition. Everything. Everything. The language don't add up, nothing. It's all totally pseudo, Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda, and I proved it in academia. So it's nothing to even talk about. They got us, even when I love my Al-Islam brothers, but I said, okay, so you think Al-Islam is some black man religion? When I showed them what's in the hadith, when I showed them how I call your black Buddha raisin head, when I showed y'all one of the so-called Al-Islam celebrations when they go to Africa and get the black slaves, when I show y'all the Arab slave trade, then when I illuminate, it's a European writer back in the day named Bertram Thomas. He wrote the book called The Arab, told you what the ancient Arab is. Then it's an ancient scholar in Russia named Vladimir Dale. He wrote a dictionary in the 1800s telling you what an ancient Arab is. I share it all on my social media and TikTok and YouTube. I lecture this. I have all the books and documents. So who confused? This is what I'll be saying. I said, these is goofies, agitators on the internet that's confused. There's no scholarship in that. It's false doctrine. There's no scholarship in that. That's why you don't understand what's above is below. That's why these goofy Freemasons, these Prince Hall Masons, which is nothing but a stupid mystic name, they won't tell the truth. Tell me what Maserat mean in your Bible. Tell me what Maserat mean in your Bible in Job 38 and 32. And 2 Kings 23 and 5. Let me go grab something real fast. Y'all tell me what it means. You see, people will lie to you. You tell me what it's about. That's why I'm here. I tell people it's easy. Everybody got a smartphone in their hand. That's why I say I can say a whole bunch of stuff and it don't be right. So all I tell people, just like if you were taking a college course with me, I say, okay, I done told you how to research. I show people how to study for it can mean something. Me just speaking it and you hearing it the first time, how do you know what I'm saying is real? So when I give little nuggets, I give it to you so you can go help somebody. Or somebody that's talking that crazy stuff and you be like, oh, it sounds so good. But you don't have the proof. Just because someone can use certain, or they speak in certain speech patterns, you think it's the truth. I don't care what language you speak. It can still be a lie. Your faith ain't contingent on you speaking a different language. And just like in the Morse Quran, hell, whatever language you speak, you honoring Allah. Because if you don't understand it, then you have to have someone that's coming as a linguistic to teach you the language first. So a simply Google search, you would say, all you got to do is ask your phone, what does Maserat mean in the Bible? Or you could say, is Maserat talking about the constellations? And see what you get. It's that simple. It's that simple. We're in the world, everybody like, we're in the age of Aquarius. We're in a new world order where information is at your fingertips. And then you have to cross-reference it. It's that easy. So no one can be like, oh, well, I think, or I heard. Just like people be lying when they be saying somebody used a social security number to get this, and then you get liars, well, I know somebody that got it, but they couldn't disclose themselves. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's cap. I'm 49 years young, been doing this too long. Y'all following all these people that's charging y'all, think you finna get something. Cap, cap, cap. I know it for a fact. It's cap. Maserat is talking about the constellations and the zodiac. In Job 38 and 32 and 2 Kings 23 and 5. I keep explaining to brothers and sisters that the Bible is written in analogy, parable, symbology, and metaphors. I try to explain to my brothers and sisters that's on a journey, everything in the Bible that you think is something physical, they took everything from the inside and made it outside literal for the average man can understand it. But for the Jacobites and those that's under the way, because the followers of Yahshua, Jesus was teaching people the way. So the way is what? The truth, the light. What's above is what's below. An architect, understanding what circumscribed the world, knowing how to use your workman tools if you are more. And our more is Quran chapter 5. What it says, these are the tools that what? Perfect man. Just like this right here, Atlantis of the latter days, for all my so-called Prince Hall Masons. This is what the European have, and this ain't even high science. This is Atlantis of the latter days, and it ain't nothing but the Osiris mysteries. So if you a Prince Hall Mason on here, and you a preacher in the black church, and you took an oath, you ain't lying, because you know it's all about the Osiris mysteries. You know it, and I know it. What does Moses know? Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. Read your Bible. Ask the question, what did Moses do? Was Moses learned in the mystery schools in the Bible? It's going to tell you yes. So if Moses was Aaron's mouthpiece, no. So if Aaron was Moses' mouthpiece, what the hell you think Moses taught Aaron? Come on, man. Come on. And this probably unavailable on Amazon. But they're not going to talk about it. All this is the Osiris mysteries. That's all it is. The European call himself El Eros. I'm telling you what I know. So who lying to you? I'm telling you. The Knights Templars and the Assassins, when you touch that, you be like, oh, I see what this is talking about. It's the Osiris mysteries. The Osirian script. That's all it is. The teachings of Osiris, the wisdom of the soul. That's all this is. That's all it is. So if the misnomer black Masons, the Prince Hall Masons got something so heavy, why you not teaching the light? You only 32 degrees. See, these is facts. That's when water freezes in meteorology, snowman wisdom. And the so-called Eastern stars, with they pentagram turned sideways with the horns up. It's not a perfect penta. These are the ones that's keeping us subjugated. They ain't got nothing else to do with no white man or no misnomer white woman. Because if you call anyone white, you call them God. Read the Anglo-Saxon dictionary. They're Anglo-Saxons. So when you read what white is, spelled the right way. So you calling somebody God every time you say white. Not knowing. Say Trelodite. Say Albion and see how they feel. Say Anglo-Saxon. See, these is facts. And facts are stubborn. But who cares? And we let these black Masons and these Prince Hall and these Eastern Stars play these games with us and keep us subjugated, but won't tell the truth of the wisdom. And they won't even wear their fez freely, and they fez tassel down. They won't tell the truth. Even the Mason's fez, it don't even have circles on the top like all my fezes that I produce for my people that I get with all the proper perforations for symbology. They fez have pentagrams on it, and they fez shorter. These is facts, and they tassel pin down. I'm telling you. I can go even deeper with it. I've done it all on my YouTube channel. The C. Freeman El Child. I broke this stuff down. I showed people what's keeping us subjugated. Our own people. How can a European know all this? How can my Scottish Rite Masons know all this? How can my Scottish Rite Masons give homage to Noble Drew Ali on his 135th birthday, and none of my so-called black Masons do it? None of my so-called Al-Islam, Nation of Islam Muslims give credit to Noble Drew Ali. But hell, Farrakhan did on Founders Day. And then you saw a post of been Elijah Muhammad's brother on there talking about the first time I saw the fez is when Fire Muhammad came. That's cap. Because then you hear him, he said the first time he saw the fez undefiled with his sister-in-law, because he was part of the Moorish Science Temple. I'm telling you what I know. You got to catch these people. That's the first time you ain't seen nobody in the fez, no Fire Muhammad. Fire Muhammad wasn't wearing no fez. And if he was wearing the fez, why the Nation of Islam not wearing the fez no more then? If that was part of, why the fez go away? Because it's chopped you off. I'm telling you, I gave y'all the science to fact check what I'm saying, to show you what the Nation of Islam had in the 30s and the 60s. It's a document called The Indian is the Negro, a.k.a. the Blackamoor. Read it all, study it all, and then come back on here and let's have a conversation on historical facts. Nobody would do it because Negroes don't read. Negroes be on TikTok following those stupid TikTok shows with these characters like, ooh, he said you can file this, he said you can file that. That's what Negroes be following. No power. No power in that BS. No power. I just showed it right here. If your dad or uncle was Freemason, a Prince Hall Mason, I bet you don't know nothing. I bet you he won't talk to me. I bet you he won't talk that mumbo jumbo stuff to me. I bet you most Freemasons, that's Negroes, that's Prince Hall Masons, that's only snowman wisdom, I bet you they have no science. I bet you they won't talk to you freely. I bet you anybody that you know in Mason won't talk about nothing. Say, well, what's the Blue House? Well, when you get hired, what do you study? They know they become what? Practicing damn Muslims. They know this. And what's the password? Assalamu alaikum. They know this. So what's the big secret? You? Who's buried in a shallow grave? Who buried him in a shallow grave? Who had a jubilee? It's in the biblical scriptures. It's right in your Bible. So who lying to who? Come on, man. Come on, my brothers and sisters. Who lying to who, y'all? Who lying to who? Your own brother that prayed around, jumped around, acting like it's something so heavy. Okay, well, if it's so good, why are you not teaching it freely to the people? Why are we not teaching it freely to the people? Because everyone's not lying. You can't lie on something. If we dealing with science, if we dealing with just like if you part of something and you dealing with a template, everyone can be lying. If you go to academia and you're dealing with academia and you have to write a paper and you write it on something that you didn't do the peer-reviewed scholarly research, and academia is a thing called peer-reviewed scholarly research, everybody is not lying. So when we say things, we say everyone is lying. We have to be specific what we're saying. We have to say that. We can't say, well, everyone lying and throw a blanket out there. Just like when I say, we're not doing good, and somebody say, well, my kid doing good. No, or vice versa. Because everyone not lying. Because if you went to academia, anyone that went to academia like me, to have advanced degrees like me, they know the truth. They a 10%er. I call those what? Bloodsuckers. Remember, 85% of the world is dumb and blind. 10% of the world know the truth and won't tell it. Those are bloodsuckers, have nothing to do with color. It's only 5% of the world that'll teach the truth. We call them poor righteous teachers. This is what I'm telling people. So everything is not fake. Everyone is not lying. Just like Pastor Darby, he passed. Pastor Darby wasn't lying about his teachings. He knew where he was at. But then again, when they try to prove a point, they might oversaturate a specific topic. I don't. I just throw it out there for you can make a sound decision. Because if I say everyone lying, that means I must have dealt with everyone. And I know most people haven't dealt with everyone. Most people haven't went to academia. Most brothers I know didn't graduate out the goddamn 10th grade. Most brothers I know didn't graduate out the 10th grade. Most brothers I know didn't graduate out of high school, but act like they so wise. And I say, if you're so smart, challenge academia. So everyone is not lying. I went to academia. Most of the Europeans I met, they were truth seekers. Most of the Scottish Rite Masons and my professors, they were truth seekers. The one that I met said, you got to get your own charter, young man. Why? Because you're anointed and consecrated. I had to get my own charter. This is what I'm telling my brothers and sisters. I got muftis. I got brotherhood. I travel all over. So when I ask a brother and sister, where they say, well, this is truth, this is falsehood. Well, in the Bible, 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. If you go into the court, you just can't say, well, such and such said this. Psh, I'm locking you up for contempt of court. You come with the facts. If you don't come with the facts, you can't arbitrarily explain nothing to me. I don't want to hear it. I want to deal with the facts. That's it. Anything else, you wasting my time and your time. Peace, Noble Brian. Love you, brother. This is what I be telling people. It's like, dude, where you study that? And then that's when I know people be messed up because they follow figures. They follow they follow the conscious community. They follow this figure. The brother might be locked up now. They follow that. In the beginning, they was talking about the Zodiacus. Then they talk about the Moorish consulate. They figured out a way to hustle people. Look at all of it now. It's only one more Science Temple of America. I'm telling y'all, which I'm part of. I have all the paperwork from the temple, how the temple is set up. I had to create my own school to save my people, for they won't be subjugated to a building. This is all I've been trying to illuminate my brothers and sisters to be like, come on now. Why are we arguing with each other? Why a whole bunch of people on the internet, the Moors did this, the Moors did this. You talk about some stuff ancient. We talking about modern today, how we gonna be a people and to be a people of the nation, and we still playing the game? We could go to any city hall with a clear voice and ask the mayors, what were we called before the damn Civil War? And all these states got the proclamation, declaration telling us that we more Americans, 2012 and all the way in the 1980s, and then it's more information that's in the Library of Congress, and we still playing the game? Still today. Why? Even in the 1599 Geneva Bible, it called you a damn blackamoor. Black is just describing the type of Moor they seen. Just like I got on a shirt, it got white and black in it. You don't say I got on a white and black. I mean, I got on a shirt. The color's in white and black. Come on, man, it's still a shirt. And this is what I be telling people. I said, you linguistically off. The language off. And when people put both feet in their mouth, you can't come back from that. I ask my brothers and sisters, do you know the 13th and 14th and the 15th Amendment? Do you know manumission from the back of your head like you know a rap song? Nope. Then we can't have no conversation. Do you know the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, House Joint Resolution 75, the religious laws of the indigenous people? No. Oh, so what we talking about? You know it's illegal to be a Negro or black or color since the 1800s. You didn't know that. You know the Dred Scott Law was never abolished. You didn't know that? So when anybody teaching you some black, some African in this, talk about black people no law, it's civil mortis. That person is a fool. Black was never used to describe ethnicity in the first century. These is facts. So why are we still here today? Today. We still here today, and I can get my European colleagues Muslims, and they'll laugh at you calling yourself some damn widow son, and they'll tell you that they are son of a Muslim. Every one of my European colleagues, that Scottish Rite Masons, they'll tell you, he or she, that they are a son or a daughter of a Muslim. Why do misnomer black Masons call themselves widow sons? Why? Why? They can't even tell you. Well, that's what we were told. Yeah. Yeah. You see? And everybody know this, the European hold this like this is power. And this is lower level wisdom. That's why I be telling y'all, most misnomer black preachers is Freemasons. Most old preachers, all you gotta do is look on the back of their car. You're gonna see the oath that they took. You're going to see the secret that they took because they got it on their car. They got to identify themselves. And they be up in the pulpit teaching that dead gospel. They be telling, ask them, what do kumbaya mean? They'll tell you, come by here. That show you they don't study the lexicon. That's the clear tell you can't trust in what the Bible says because the kum, the ba, and the ya, it means something. Stand up and arise. Don't mean no come by here. Come by here and do what? What you finna come by here and do what? Tell me. And tell me, did you really study the language and the linguistics? Nobody never studied it. I know elders didn't study it because I teach them. They're like, no, I never studied it. Just like a lot of people be celebrating, getting ready to celebrate some stupid ass Kwanzaa. Excuse my candor. And don't know the history of Kwanzaa. And that's by a COINTELPRO Negro named Ron Karenga that tortured Asiatic women. So if you talk about somebody else that did this to women, well, Ron Karenga did it. And he came up with some fake Kwanzaa. But see, these little black lies these Negroes play. I don't have that problem. I'm in Arizona, which is a red state. I don't have that problem with none of my European colleagues, none of my European Jewish colleagues, Masons, professors, none, because I know who I am. And especially the ones that's Masons, they all sons of Muslims. Why? Because I lecture them. I lecture with them. I do business with them. Most of them that's Jews, they get their yarmulkes from me. They get their talents from me. This ain't no cap. I show y'all everything. My Mufti, Brian Hicks Bey, is on here. I mean, he like, well, yeah. I provide books to all the college students out here in Arizona. All the ones that know me. They know what I do in real life. I help people graduate. I help people write an APA format. People, I know brothers that are getting ready to drop out of college. The professor's like, need to research this brother. You're going to have to pay him if you're serious. And Negroes don't be wanting to pay, and all the European students be paying. Their parents be making them pay. And then I see these goofball Negroes out with Louis Vuitton shoes on. And you can't pay me a couple dollars to help you continue to get this academic. You want these shoes? You only in school to get a damn rebate check? That's some goofy stuff. And I can help you use your skills because you're supposed to get paid for your talents, but everybody just hand laborers. See, I get paid for my talents. Just like my European colleagues, they say, we ain't going to here to be holy and die. We came here for power. The same way you did, brother. To what? Use our talents. The biblical scriptures talk about this. This is what I be telling people. I said, dude, we lost. We lost, man. And all my European colleagues that came out here to Arizona to go to GCU, that's from Minnesota and Oregon and all that, they went right back to their home city. They took advantage of the tax code that I teach and how everybody in their neighborhood, their community, their mothers and dads, they can donate to them and build their spiritual house and their infrastructure, and you can give them a tax exempt receipt. They all went back to their home city and did what I said. And I sit on their board today. That's why what I teach is universal. I keep telling my brothers this. I have a plan, especially if you a Freemason. If you a Prince Hall Freemason on here, brother, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know you took an oath. What? To not tell the people the truth. It's sacred with me, but it's nothing secret. That's why you don't see the Mason brothers wearing the fez. Why you think you will see European Masons, they'll wear the fez, the Shriners, it'll say Allah, Islam. Why you see J. Edgar Hoover and all those presidents, I can show y'all with the fez on that say Islam, Mecca, Arabia. It's another book I showed y'all, not Atlantis of Latter Days, but the other one is called Arabian Nights. The other one is called Arabian Nights. On the film I showed y'all with the European Mason, Scottish Rite Mason giving credit to Noble Drew Ali. And I got all the books. I share this with y'all. And even the European laugh, like the Albion, the Trader like laugh, like y'all act like y'all don't know who Noble Drew Ali is. But we let our own people try to make a mockery of what the man did during his time. And now I'm in the flesh to correct it the right way, especially if people say it's more science, because I go in my safe and get everything to show you what the temple is all about. I'll proclamate. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. Yeah, hold on. I have to find my 3 IDs. From the Moorish Science Temple, we got 3 IDs. We got our travel ID, our membership ID, and our tax exempt ID. Our travel ID, our membership ID, and our tax exempt ID. And it don't replace a God-D thing. It don't replace a God-D thing. It's for the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moorish Science Temple of America only. And on our member ID, on the bottom, it has the 10-9. It has our 1099 on it. You know, it'll tell you how the temple is established. But then it's only one temple. It's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. Right here. I tell people I'm going to always be transparent. This is our 720. Some of our papers from the temple. From the temple. We get all our adoption papers and everything from the temple. From the temple. Allah. May Allah blessings and protection always be upon the house of A. Title of nobility. Certificate, Noble K. Goodman Bey. Registry of Noble House of Bey, a descendant of the Royal House of Judah. House of Bey, title of nobility, 720, Moorish American Muslim. Don't say nothing else on here. Or autotoxin, a foreign national. No, Muslim. And ain't no Al-Islam, ain't none of that. We done lost because we're dealing with people that's not going to teach the truth. We have a proclamation, declaration. I'm telling you. This one right here is the United States of America, our free national republic, 1774. The U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, 1863, amnesty oath. That's why we also have a state booklet. The Prophet is a state booklet how the temple is set up. All the words, when you talk about body politic and government, well, it tells you what it is off the top. So that's why people don't talk about what I talk about, because they know they're lying. I don't care if you're Moorish Science Temple of America this or Moorish Science Temple Inc. Okay, well, tell the truth. Teach the truth. And they can't. I, Khari Goodman Bey, do solely affirm in the presence of Almighty God that I will henceforth faithfully support, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Union of the States thereunder, and that I will, in like manner, abide by and faithfully support all acts of Congress passed during the existing rebellion with reference to slaves, so long, so forth, as not repealed, modified, or held void by Congress or by decision of the Supreme Court, and that I will, in like manner, abide by and faithfully support all proclamations of the President made during the existing rebellion having reference to slaves, so long, so forth, as not modified or declared void by decisions of the Supreme Court. So help me God. Our seal, and just like we talk about power of attorney, that lasts forever. Like y'all, and what type of what type of organization is the Moorish Science Temple? These people that say they part of the temple. What is the Moorish Science Temple? What auspices is it under? They should know. They can't. The state booklet is gonna burn everybody's fingertips off. This is free information. By the powers of the decree, it is so ordered and commanded our illustrious prophet, Noble Drew Ali, to register all nobles of the House of Bey to their title of nobility, pursuant to Leviticus 25 and 10. By the power of this decree, it is so ordered and commanded by our illustrious prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Moorish Americans are of the royal house of Judah, descendants of King David. That's Bible. So whenever these Negroes be talking about this and that and the other, you lying. We're from the house of Judah, descendant of King David. So what we talking about? Fee simple absolute deed. The inhabitants of Africa are the descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Remember in the biblical scriptures, who was these so-called people went to Canaan land and destroyed them and made them cross over? Who? The Canaanites. Y'all got to understand this. You who your father are, you ain't no Hebrew, no act. These Negroes done lost their mind. They done lost their mind. We the Jews. Well, who? Well, that's short for Judah. Jew what? See? Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan. His father, Ham, and his family were second. Then came the word Ethiopia, which means the demarcation line of the dominion of Amexima, the first true and divine name of Africa. The dividing of the land between the father and son, the dominion of Cush, northeast, southeast Africa, and northwest, southwest, was his father's dominion of Africa. In later years, many of their brethren from Asia and the Holy Lands joined them. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa. They were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire, with the Canaanite, Hittite, Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan, seeking new homes. Their dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast, southwest Africa, across the Atlantis, even unto the present North, South, Central Americas, and also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands, before the great earthquake, which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantis, with the European nations, I'm telling you, it's right here. Our own people lying to us. Our own Freemason, these Greeks lying to us. Stephen Coakley told us back in the day the Greek is a fraud. Point blank. Here are our Moorish Science Temple of America, International Consulate of American Moors, Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Here go all our ecclesiastical body politic and local government. our Moorish allodial title, deed and commercial affidavit, or convenience adoption and enrollment, I solely affirm that the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America, as holder in due course and claimants of equity and fee simple absolute of North, South, West, and Mexico, has redeemed me as creditor. Chapter 47, subscribed as sworn to me on the date December 26, 2016, Khary Goodman Bey, affiance appellation. The affidavit proves that I am a beneficiary and heir to the present Moroccan Moorish Empire. In other words, it makes me the landlord and creditor of fee simple absolute. Islam, the Europeans, the Arabians, no disrespect, have been the custodians over our government and land, and our ancestors had given them that authority until we woke up from a long sleep. I personally give thanks to, no disrespect, the Europeans for the protection, upkeeping, and the development of our land described in our Holy Quran, Circle 7. Y'all gotta know what chapter, the divine instructions from the prophet. Y'all should know this. It's in there. It's right in there. I ain't gotta go all over the adoption papers per se. I'm just setting the precedent. Here go our noble decree. We, the Supreme Grand Body and Grand Council of the Moorish Science Temple of America, grant sovereign powers by the great God Allah and his illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali. Greetings to whom it may concern, by the powers of the charter of warrant and dispensation that the Supreme Grand Body bestow a title of nobility to member Khary Hakeem Goodman Bey, that is descended from the royal house of Judah, that of the house of David. By the powers of this decree, it is so ordered and commanded by our illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali, agents of the Christian Church, the Vatican, or any of its corporations in the Roman Curia cannot molest, trespass, or violate our divine rights granted by the great God Allah. By the powers of this decree, it is so ordered and commanded by our illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali to register all nobles of the house of El to their title or nobility pursued Leviticus 25 and 10. By the power of this decree, it is so ordered and commanded by our illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali, pursuant to our authority, all Moorish Americans are exempt from prosecution except for murder or rape. Now, what that means is, if you understand the science, is you shouldn't be doing nothing to get you in trouble. Not all, it's some CM Bay, some Zodiac law finna get you out. Nope, 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 nope. Because we talk about the consular courts. If a Moor kill a U.S. citizen, or vice versa, if a U.S. citizen kill a Moor, that Moor want to be judged in the same parameters of that U.S. citizen. So when these Negroes be lying, talking about they got some secret, they'll lie. They'll lie. They all plead to a lesser charge. They all going to jail. I know this for a fact. I know this for a fact. Here go my 720 dispensation. The 720 dispensation of wisdom. We, the Supreme Grand Body and Council of the Moorish Science Temple of America, deriving its powers and authority from the great God Allah and his prophet Noble Drew Ali, whom Allah has sent to redeem his people, the fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America. The said Supreme Grand Body and Council is authorized and empowered to initiate and confer degrees of said temple upon any person or persons duly proposed, qualified, and approved in the accordance with the established forms, usages of the laws and edicts of the illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America, its jurisdiction to administer to all true members all their privileges and benefits to all Muslims, MOSLEM, of the West. Noble K. Goodman Bey, 720 degrees is hereby granted dispensation of said debt, and here to the vast estate and express trust of Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the dominion of Kush, Northeast, Southeast Africa, and Northwest and Southwest with his father dominion of Africa. Old man Kush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan, pursuant to U.S. Department of Justice, capital BM $HR number 1, capital WD 144-35-0, which is the agreement. Research what I'm telling you. And then I got everything in papers. And then the last one is I'll show you from the adapt chamber, my 720 degrees. And then on the back is my baptism. So the adapt chamber, Muslim missionary degrees. You're supposed to be a missionary. We all got the same mission. Supreme Grand Body and Supreme Grand Council of the Moorish Science Temple of America in Mecca have been vested with the sovereign powers by the great God Allah and his illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali to confer degrees of a Muslim of the West to a person or person that has been raised 180 degrees from a shallow grave, son of a widow, supposed to be, in the North Gate. I, Noble K. Goodman Bey, my obligation as a Muslim missionary by free will, the obligation of this nobility, of the elect, of the Moorish Science Temple of America, teaching the Asiatics of North, South, Central America to love instead of hate. As I travel the burning sands from the east to the west in 39 celestial steps with my staff of comfort, my companion, the beast of burden, and my Hebrew master logo of perfection, I do here upon my holy Quran, circle 7, demonstrate my degrees to raise fallen humanity from its imperfections with the degrees of social duties, justice, charity, gratitude, and sincerity. In my travels, Allah guides my feet in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And I shall not give ear to falsehood, hypocrisy, and deceit. And as I travel the burning sands, I possess my charter of warrant and my dispensation, my authority to pass through all ports unmolested with my divine rights and privileges. All sons of a Muslim must hold true to its obligation to nobles, Muslims, and Mohammedans by the word and deeds. Did y'all just hear what I said? All sons of Muslims. So if the European is the son of a Muslim that you think is heavy, and the goofy Negroes call themselves some widow son, they don't hold no power. I just broke it down to you. As I travel the burning sands, I possess my charter of warrant and my dispensation, my authority to pass through all ports unmolested with my divine rights and privileges. All sons of a Muslim must hold true to its obligation to nobles, Muslims, Mohammedans by word and deeds. I just told you that. When a European take your science and what they call themselves, Mohammedans, Muslims, nobles, they have your feds on it, all be filed. Then they wear a turban with the feds. And you think they are Arab. No. No. On the front of it is my baptism, the address, it was in Chicago, my name given at birth, my Khary Goodman, then, next, my Bey, true race, Asiatic, nationality, Moorish American, religion, Islamism. Listen to this. This was on 10/20/2016. The CCRD, County Clerk Recorder of Deed. That ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. 10/10/5905. You can look that up in the County Clerk Recorder of Deeds. What's our status? Free white person. Lawfully. Free white person. So if you don't know that, you lost. If you don't know what the SF 181 form pertains to ethnicity and how to fill it out, you lost. One that possesses this baptism certificate has been redeemed by the illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali and delivered by a fee simple absolute deed that restored all rights and property. Said person has been revoked from the St. Peter's Trust and the Magna Carta Charter Christian enrollment that held my person in bondage. I'm a Muslim of the West, a descendant of Moroccans born in America. We, the Supreme Grand Body, bestow privileges and benefits and grant dispensation of said person by birthright and original inhabitant of North and Southwestern shores of Amexima. And you see our 10/10/5905 at the bottom of the document. That ain't nothing but a religious affidavit. And if people don't understand that, I'll give you the state booklet for free. That's why people not gonna tell the truth, because they know most brothers and sisters don't know no one that's been part of the temple. They don't really know. So everything is internet stuff from conscious community. So it's not popular. Only the truth seekers is going to accept what I teach. That's why we're getting ready to do our brick and mortar again, the right way. I went to academia and destroyed it all. I had Negro Masons teaching false stuff. I had a misnomer black professor, and she was teaching African American studies, and she gonna tell the students one of the required reading was reading some Willie Lynch and some Roos. I lectured at my European professor, which is a potentate. I illuminated that. She quit. I showed it's all Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. I showed it. I showed that the Willie Lynch letter is propaganda, fake. I showed Roots was plagiarized from a European named Harold Colander, and Alex Haley got sued for that. And every Negro that made YouTube videos talk about Kunta Kinte was their ancestor, they a lie, ain't no truth to them, because they got paid too. They got paid. They got paid to lie to you. These is facts. It ain't no such thing as no Willie Lynch letter. It would have been in the Library of Congress. These are facts. Just like it's another book, American Black and White. where it shows you how they whitewash Oliver Cromwell and Peter Salmon out of the Battle of Bunker Hill. And in that book they give you in civic class, 1775, with the Battle of Bunker Hill, that picture, they whitewash Oliver Cromwell and Peter Salmon out the pictures. I lecture this on academia. So who gonna lie to you? Our own people that got paid. It's no truth in nothing these people saying. It's no truth in none of that Moorish stuff. People just making stuff up as they go with all a whole bunch of caricature stuff. That's why people confused. You got Moorish Science Temple Inc. You got Moorish Science Temple of the world. You ain't got to make all that fictitious stuff and then try to say we're Moorish Science. No, you ain't got to do that. I'm the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school. I'm from the temple, but I'm a real educator. My mother's are PhDs. I've been homeschooled. I've been under IDMR. I traveled all over. I've been to the Grand Canyons where all the monuments at. I've been to the Olmec Museum. I've been in Michigan where the so-called Jim Crow Museum at. I got all the books. I got all the books. So why don't we support? Why we just be liking stuff? And people be on my page, that's Moors. And I said, do you have a fez? No. But why you don't have a fez for me? Do you have a turban? Nope. Do you have a shemag? Nope. Do you have a tunic, cotton or silk? Nope. Well, why you haven't gotten it from me? Because all my European brothers and sisters get their fezes from me. They get their yarmulkes from me. They get their talents from me. They get their tunics, cotton or silk. Why are we just on here liking and we're not doing business with each other? Just like a brother on here I know that work with his hands, that do cement, brother JP's industrial. Okay, so if I'm in the area and I know people that need this type of work done, I'm not gonna hit him up. Okay, I got it. I'm not gonna use him, and I know this person do what he do. I know this person do real work instead of some fake person on the internet talking about, I can do this and I can do this on the video. You don't never see him doing nothing. Like, come on, this is crazy. We just doing this for likes. But I said, we say we Moors. We got these L's and these B's, but we don't do nothing Moorish. We don't have our fez and our turban. I tell brothers, you can wear your fez to work. Long as you ain't working with heavy machinery, they don't want you to wear the tassel. You should know the precedent law case and a doc number to know this. You can wear your turban to work and in the military. You should know this. If the European can wear his yarmulke, if the Indian can wear his turban, if the Al-Islam can wear his kufi, what? And this is what I be telling people. We don't do business. We all over the place. We lukewarm. And this is what I be telling people. I'm not here just for followers. I'm not here for people just to watch me on here. I'm not on here to be what they call it, a social media sensation. I'm on here for the small remnant of the people to deal with me and be like, come on, man, we can do something. The same way these people did us wrong, collecting all this money for their lifestyle, is the same way we can do something right. Hold me transparent. And then if I don't do it, talk SHIT about me. Like, he did this. How do people let Umar Johnson make all that money and then keep telling y'all stuff and be on all these podcasts with these Negroes after these people done sucked all this money? We got all these people on the internet that I told y'all, they just reinvented themselves on these podcasts talking about your social security number is attached to this. You can do this, you can do that. They should be doing it. Telling you that they made $3 million in a COVID. That's cap. We should be building. Because if I raise $7 million, I got temples and schools where? And everywhere. I don't want my people to quit school until we able to run our school 7 days a week. No, we have a place to go, a 7th hour. We have a place to go with the seniors. We have a community service. We have an infrastructure. And we do business there. We ain't just in there talking about some Jesus stuff. We in the temple 7 days a week building. We have courses. We have classes. This is what this is about. And we operate off what? The money we giving Uncle Sam. That's tax exempt. I ain't with none of that other stuff. I ain't with none of these people that's on the internet saying that they some marshals or that. You can do whatever you want to do. Stay in your lane. I stay in my lane. But I know what people do. I know what Negroes do. It's not the temple. I show everybody it's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. We have 3 IDs. We have a temple ID. We have a travel ID. And we have a tax exempt ID. And a 1099 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. So if you're from the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is only one, you should have the same degrees and that I have from the temple. You should have everything. And what you teaching should be truth. You should be adopted and you should be able to show the truth, not a whole bunch of stuff we done made up with our own fake ass seals that you can get from Office Max and Staples. It's only one Moorish Science Temple. And if you don't believe that, I'll send everybody on here the what? How the temple was set up. The whole book, the whole state booklet. The whole state booklet. So who lying and telling you the truth? What do people want to be a part of? Do we want to be a part of these people that's playing Monopoly, make-believe in the world? That's poor stuff. You see these people with Europeans. You see these people with shares and all this stuff. I said, oh, so what's the mission? What you trying to do? Because I know the game. I'm 49. I'm from the city of Flint, Michigan. I done traveled all over. I know the game. I know the game. And I know most of these people real names. They ain't went to court and did nothing. Not one thing. Come on, let's tell the truth, man. This stuff be crazy. And it be getting people caught up in burning houses. There's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. It's one. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. So if these people be saying they the Moorish Science Temple of America, well, we have our Moorish Science Temple of America, our baptismal certificate with the 10-10-5905 on the bottom, which is nothing but a religious affidavit that you can get from the CCRD, our Muslim missionary degree, our 720 dispensation, our Muslim decree, our baptism, our Moorish allodial title and deed, our commercial affidavit of conveyance, our adoption paper, the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is only one, with all our paperwork in here, with all of it in there, you know? With the United States of America Free National Republic, 1774, the amnesty oath, with my title of nobility, House of Bay, all from the temple. It's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. So if you saying you Moorish Science Temple of America, what you teaching? That's all I be asking these brothers when I be seeing all these groups, Moorish Inc. and all that. I say, well, is the Moorish Science Temple of America that our prophet taught, the state booklet that you can research everything, what the CCRD is, these people lying, coming up with all this paper terrorist stuff. Bobby Hemmett told us a long time ago, all these people are paper terrorists. And every last one of them, they on the domestic terrorist list. I get it every year. So why are we gonna sit up here and play with people? I tell people, they be saying they know this person, that's some consulate general. I said, where? In a neighborhood with their own bylaws and charter? You can't be running no neighborhood that's a local neighborhood. The local laws and the state laws already override that. You playing the game. That stuff is meaningless. You ain't on your own land, patrolling your own land. You in a neighborhood with its own bylaws. You ain't no security. It's made up stuff. It's religious stuff. And that stuff hold no water. I'll go get the letter from the CCRD telling Sheikh Love L and his wife or whoever, Sheikh is Love L, that y'all lying, that what you telling ain't even legally, lawfully factual. Anybody that know me, I'll give you the letter from the CCRD. Anyone, I'll get the letter from the CCRD. I'll share it. I done read it on my YouTube page. I'll give it to everyone, my mufti on here, that you will see that all these people lying, talking about law. But then the law is telling you that you lying. The law is telling you that you lying. So now what? It's just like that's mentally crazy. Like you steady trying to convince somebody that you telling a lie. That's insanity. And then these people get on the internet and show you that they crazy. That's what I'm saying. Then these Negroes get on the internet and show you that they crazy. I told y'all, these are a whole bunch of dropouts and ex-prison niggas talking some crazy outlandish stuff. Just like that Rise of the Moor stuff. I told everybody what was going to happen. My mufti's on here. I told you, I know these people. I know most of them Negroes that ran to China, and they was upset with my man. A couple of them Negroes ran to China talking about they making some Moorish American plates all the way in China riding bikes. And then Negroes buying some stupid ass plates all right here in the United States, getting their ass handed to them. And then when you go to court, you play into a lesser charge. Jail, jail, jail. These is facts, man. I said, man, this is goofy. Why do you want your kid to be a part of a whole bunch of people playing Alice in Wonderland? Instead of doing some real stuff, this is some paper terrorist stuff. This ain't nothing but a whole bunch of religious group stuff. This shit, excuse my candor, holds no water in no court. Only courts they be going to is a makeshift course in a basement with mothballs. And if you a grown person and got a real case, ain't no way in hell you should be on the internet or sending your information to some goofball that you met on the internet. You got to be a fool. And then why would you get on the internet and let these people record it on YouTube and they play it? And then all the prosecutors, attorneys watch you and they gonna use that in the courts. Because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Nothing you say to no prosecutor, to no Negro on the internet, or to anyone that's going to help you with your case is going to be used against you. And then these Negroes get on the internet with a makeshift consular course in someone's basement and tell the whole thing. Like the police ain't listening. My man Vincent told everything. Said, come on, this is free information. I'll give it to y'all, told on everything. and they ain't get pulled over. It was two Negroes that was already compromised. And then they try to act like a sonic boom hit them and they passed out. That's cap. Negroes got sent in a burning house. You don't send your people into no burning house. These facts. And you don't go nowhere and don't know what's going on. And then you listen to the Negroes, well, we did this before. Well, if you did it before, you going somewhere and say, y'all gonna figure it out when you get there. Figure what out? Well, we was gonna buy land, we was gonna do this. And Negroes always talk about what they finna do. They ain't finna do nothing but get in trouble. And that's what happened. And all them Negroes, what they do? Plead themselves to a lesser charge. And all of them had court-appointed attorneys. Every last one of them. Where the Moore's lawyers? Where the Clock of Destiny attorneys? All them Negroes had court-appointed attorneys. All of that poor stuff. And if they so smart, and if them Negroes try to defend themselves, I don't consent. Okay, well, you just stay in here. You just stay locked up. I know all them Negroes' real name, and all them ones, even the kids that got locked up with it, and the courts had mercy on them. Just like when I talk about the state booklet, my man is passed, Marcel Wadden-El, peace be among them. But when I'm in the flesh, once I start investigating things, when I have my building out here, I said, everybody got to go. Everybody that was connected to that, I said, because you don't send nobody no burning house. You can't talk about Moors don't pay taxes and then having people file fake ass taxes and praying on the seniors and they get in trouble and they get audited and then you try to throw yourself plea to the courts and say, well, others did it. No, we're going to make an example out of you because you're supposed to be the spiritual head. You're supposed to be the spiritual head. We're going to make an example out of you with all them fake taxes, but you telling people you don't file, well, Moors don't pay taxes and all this. Well, how you going to file some fake ass taxes for millions? And then try to say, well, others did it. No, we're going to make an example out of you because you a spiritual head responsible for these people. And you convince them. You convince them to do what? Break the law. That's why I always say, if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. If the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. You ain't never seen no group of Moors out agitating or making some videos. You ain't never seen no group of Moors doing that. Or we patrolling our neighborhood. This ain't even your neighborhood. Everybody on Section 8. Most of them Negroes living with chicks on Section 8 and welfare. That's why the government gonna kick them out. They talk about, oh, this day land and all this, but your girl on welfare on Section 8. You live in some of the worst slums and you on welfare in Section 8 talking about you gonna overthrow the government. You better not talk about overthrow the government and the government your daddy. Miss me with that bull crap. It's a whole bunch of poor stuff. And we drive, this is our land, and you register your car. You drive without license and insurance. What if somebody hit your car and mess up you and your mom and them? What you gonna do? You gonna try to use the courts to try to sue, ain't you? But you say that the laws don't pertain to you. So you shouldn't even be, you say you a foreign national. You don't even have allegiance with no one else. Talk about you a foreign national. How are you a foreign national? Here, you ain't never left 2100 Jackson Street. Talk about you some foreign national. That's cap. That's a foreign national. Really, that's an oxymoron. You can't be no foreign and no national at the same time. The same way you can't be no sovereign and no citizen at the same time. It's an oxymoron. These Negroes playing, they just haven't got called way up with. And some people in some laws or some jurisdiction just don't want to play with that. You know? Because it's useless. But the time is coming. The time is coming, and everybody know I'm telling the truth. Ain't no white man done nothing, because we defend the Constitution. We all in the Constitution. The religious laws trump everything these goofy Negroes doing. And if you understand who you are, you rise above all that paper terrorist stuff. These are the people that's in their lower self. That is not what our prophet taught. Our prophet built a house. He put the furniture in it, food in the refrigerator. All we got to do is move in it the right way, but people don't. They want to be paper terrorists. They want to be out here like they the goddamn special ops and shit. Excuse my candor. And I say, what is that doing? What is that doing? Any neighborhood, any community, what is it really doing? Is there any infrastructure? Anybody teaching the kids? No, it's a joke. People not teaching people the right way about how to get a charter and get a brotherhood and how to bear arms, just like the so-called Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan is under the Quran. That's why I be laughing at these brothers. I said, dude, y'all have no idea. Because if you were legit the right way, you would not be worried about no European. And I just told you, they sons of Muslims. Y'all be missing the stuff. Once they take that Ku Klux Klan sheet off, which ain't even theirs, that come from us in Seville, you would know that you've been played. And now the Negroes doing it. They playing it. They all on the internet. They showing you. It's just like Big U. These Negroes put all their criminal stuff on the internet. I'd be like, man, y'all crazy. Why? You making it too easy. All they doing is building the case. And then now people going to have to explain. And they going to throw themselves to the courts and they going to plead to a lesser charge. I guarantee you. And everybody caught it with that, they're going to get in trouble. Because you don't know how to defend that. All of them, they be talking that stuff, they went to court and did this. No, they don't. They bow out. I'm telling you, way over your head. I know this for a fact. These people way over their head, way over their head, way over their head. I know this for a fact. It's just most of the stuff is criminal behavior. And then them niggas want to argue with their own brothers. I'm an elder. I travel everywhere. I ain't teaching no crazy stuff. If you want to be a security team or a certain way to bear arms, it's a way to do it. But it ain't you ain't bearing arms just because you know more. That's freedom. That's American freedom. What we talking about? This is what I be telling people. It's like, dude, this stuff is crazy. And you got all these different splinter groups, all these brothers that talk about, oh, they can do this. How? How you got all these people say they Moorish Science this, they this, and that, and the other? How? So y'all got all these different splinter groups, and there's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. So what is it? Oh, I'm teaching people civics. No, you're not. You teaching people how to what? Overthrow the government, and we are in the Constitution. What paperwork that you got to file? What person that know who they are as a Moorish American, what paperwork do you think I'm going to court filing? And please don't say no status correction, because it ain't that's you lost when you say that out your mouth. Ain't no, that status correction is the dumbest thing everybody be talking about. So once again, we can't even have a conversation based off truth. People gonna be playing with y'all, arbitrary explaining this stuff, and somebody gotta be here to say, no, we done with this stupid stuff. We done with all these poor Negroes, all these out of prison stuff with that out of prison crap. Everybody ain't from out of prison. I'm from the city of Flint, Michigan. I got too much blood in the streets. My brother was murdered in the streets. My cousin was murdered in the streets. Ain't no European did nothing to us, only Negroes. And no European have power over us, especially in our neighborhoods. The only people that play us is our own people. Point blank, and you see them, is be the Negroes on the internet that call themselves Moors. I even seen Negroes with a badge with the AA22 number on it. I said, do y'all know what the AA22 number is? It ain't nothing but like an ISBN number, and they took it out the Library of Congress. So tell the truth what the AA22 number was. People used to use that to pay no taxes on some dog food or a goddamn Whataburger at Burger King. And then you got Negroes that you see these people wearing a badge with an AA22 number on it. And, oh, I got to give you one of those badges. I got to give you one of those badges. Like that badge finna do something. Man, I'll bust your head with that badge on. That badge don't mean nothing. It's cosmetics. It's called pageantry. That badge don't mean poo freaking diddly. That badge, you be seeing, I got the badge on with an A. What do you mean? You go to jail with that stupid ass badge. And with the feds. And with the stacks of paper. I'll rip all that up. Meaningless. And people be all caught up in pageantry. You see that badge you got on? I mean, you can cap. And then these people be speaking to all our kids and college students talking that redundant stuff. It's truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Most of it is falsehood. Because that mess is cap. Tell the truth what the AA22 number is. That ain't nothing but like a ISBN number. It's just like when you can look up stuff in the Library of Congress, ETC. You know what an ISBN number is? Down there the same thing. Come on, man. These people full of crap. And then that's why if it's Moorish Science Temple, it's only one. It's only one Moorish Science Temple. It's only one prophet. It's only one divine creed and proclamation. It's only one bylaws. And now when we're dealing with law, you got local law, state law, federal law, criminal law, indigenous people law and policy. So what parameter are you in? What facet of law are you talking about? Well, you dealing with civic law? You dealing what type of law you dealing with? Most of these Moors, what they doing, they need a criminal law because everything it is criminal. And when they break the laws, I guarantee you, they got court appointed attorneys and they plea into a lesser charge. We cannot be this stupid today. And if we're going to do something, we got to do it the right way. Do you see the Klan get shut? We got to shut the Klan down. The Klan got charter. The Klan got permits the same way I do. If I want to go march with my security team with guns, all I got to do is get the permit. Wherever we want to go, boom, 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 we legit, we rock and roll. We put the city, the state, wherever on notice. Why? Because the religious laws trump everything. Everything else is bullcrap. Everything else is bullcrap. Everything else is niggerly. Everything else is a whole bunch of Negroes playing a game. Because none of these people is patrolling their own community, their own neighborhood, they own where they done went and purchased land. At least like what Dr. York did, got his own land. You on your own land. These Negroes in the projects, riding around in old ass cars, talk about this and that in a neighborhood that ain't even theirs. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this ain't yours, this your land? Okay, this is your religious community? Nope. You can't buzz people in. Everybody got access to come anywhere you want, especially if you live in the projects, especially if you live in government-assisted living. It's cap. Especially if the woman you're dealing with on welfare, straight up cap. The government is your daddy. These is cap. And all the women be telling like, oh, he live with me, she. I'm on welfare. I'm on Section 8. That nigga will be dropping me off with that dirty fez. He used to smoke crack. He's still on cocaine. I know. Look in their eyes. Look at these Negroes' eyes. I know they on dope. I know that. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I know dope. I know crackheads. I know that Bobby Brown look, thug love and thug love and thug love. And I know that cricket face look. Come on, man. Miss me with the cap. These niggas with these dirty ass fezzes on. And to get on here talking some stuff with these big stupid ass suits on. With this game. This is a game. Begging. Some damn paper terrorists. That's paper terrorist stuff. Come on, man. You don't hear none of these brothers talking the divine or history or law or civics or group economics or doing things in the community with the women if all these people trying to overthrow the government with some fake paper terrorist stuff playing a game with y'all. That is not more science. You will never see them teaching from the Quran. You will never see them having nothing from the temple. You will never hear them talking about nothing I'm talking about. Why? Because they can't. And everything they say can and will be used against them in a court of law. If you say it's Moorish Science Temple of America, okay, yes. Well, does the Moorish Science Temple of America have a proclamation declaration? Yes. Does the Moorish Science of America have a state booklet? Yes. Do they have ID? Is it just for the temple? The proclamation declaration says, stop flashing your cars at Europeans, it causes confusion. Remember, your ID is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequences. If you don't want to obey to the laws what I, the prophets, broke down to you, return your fez, your turban, your cards, and cease being who you are. You know, we operate under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these laws are violated, justice must then take its course. These is facts. Everything else is bullcrap. Everything else is paper terrorist stuff. Everything else is somebody trying to get a paper trail on you to get you locked up. Nobody should be talking about they got the keys to freedom trying to sell you some shit. Trying to sell you some Roger Elvick stuff, some Paradigm Group shit, some European militia stuff. Nobody that's a person should be selling you nothing. Talk about they got the keys to freedom. And I be seeing all these old Negroes on TikTok with their fur coats on, or I'm teaching a course at 350. All these so-called babies. These Negroes been doing this shit forever with all this AI, with all these cars and shit. That's what y'all think more that you a groupie. Oh, look at this, look at the car he got. His car is matching clothes. Look, he got the bag. Look at the fur. Look at this goofy shit. And then these niggas on the internet talking some of the most outlandish stuff because you don't want to pay something. You think you can cancel corporate debt. And these broke niggas don't have no corporate debt. Or $350 for my course. And grown-ass niggas taking this stuff. That's why your mom and your daddy and your wife think you a fool. Because the stuff you following, that ain't nothing. You're not going to get nothing. Oh, I'm canceling corporate debt, so you don't want to pay for something that you signed a contract. Did you read the contract? No. Talk about you under duress. What duress? Ain't nobody put no gun in your head. Your goofy ass didn't read it. You read something and they got this much interest rate, and you met some goofball on the internet until you stop paying for this, until you stop paying your water bill or stop paying your mortgage, and then your shit get foreclosed, they cut your power off, and your goofy ass get a generator, and you think you can have that generator running in your neighborhood and the power ain't cut off. You can't, they coming. What happened with the lady? I told y'all, even the lady Gail on the internet and all these people. What happened? You in the library, which people pay taxes, talk about this your land, get arrested on live TV. You got these liars, I've been molested. No, that's cap. It's a money grab. They lying, and they be using all these other people, these social media people, to put this big conspiracy lie together. Because they think y'all stupid. No. And then y'all see these people, these so-called sheiks with all the goofy stuff, you will see them doing interviews, no disrespect, with Europeans. Instead of being on their own platform, instead of being like, no, I'm my own boss, I get with a real sheik, they go to Europeans. No, I'm going to y'all. I'm going to my own people, make us popular. I ain't going to nobody else. This is what I'll be telling us. This is some sellout stuff. And nobody should be getting mad when you ask them something. You should be able to ask a so-called sheik, an educator, a guy, man, anything you want, anything, and they should be able to explain it. They shouldn't tell you what I think or what I believe. You shouldn't give a damn what I believe. You should understand. You should believe and see what I can prove. I should be able to prove all things and hold fast to what is good. I'm not trying to convince you what I'm doing is right. That's cap. And that's what these bums doing. They're trying to convince you that what they're doing is right because they convince a small group of people to follow their fascist stuff, to follow their criminal empire. And it's going to do no good. I'm telling you, it's gonna do no good. Just because you've got a Fed zone does not mean you know anything. Most of them Negroes got their Feds from the Masonic store or Amazon. They ain't get they Feds determined for a Fed from a sheet, so it don't mean nothing. They went on Amazon and bought that shit and dressed up, and they dressed up on the internet. That's it. They ain't get they Feds or they turban or they yarmulke or they literature from a person that's anointed and consecrated, like you getting a home cooked meal. All these Negroes is McDonald Negroes. All of them. All of them. Because if they say, oh yeah, I've been educated through the Moorish Science Temple of America, I got my own school because I ain't want to go with the stuff because the temples ain't right in my area, or there ain't no temple in your area, XYZ, so you create a school. Nope. You got all these people, Moorish this, Moorish Science Temple of the World, Moorish Science Inc., all this stuff. But is it Moorish Science Temple of America? No, because if it's Moorish Science Temple of America, you will have the same thing I have. You will have your 3 IDs from the temple, and it don't replace nothing. The Moorish Science Temple of America got a tax exempt status. Yes, the Moorish Science Temple got a tax exempt status. That's the goddamn due. And then you got these people playing. You see, it's a joke. And we have a state booklet. So who telling you the truth and who lying? These brothers, man, it's sad. And they're going to be in jail right next to the European, the foreign, the so-called militia. You're going to be in jail, just like with that Roger Elvick stuff. That's what these Moors doing. It's some Roger Elvick stuff. ROGERELVICK. That redemption shit. Excuse my candor. It's the same thing that these goofy sovereign citizens doing right now. It's the same thing that they doing right now. This is my land. No, it ain't. You live in Section 8. I guarantee you, the Section 8, they be talking about some UCC stuff. The only UCC you need to be worried about right now, and you don't have no set, you don't have no money or nothing, is reserving your right when you go in contracts, to defend yourself. That's all you need to be worrying about right now. You need to be reserving your rights. So anything I do, I don't write that, I reserve my right. Any contract I go through, I hit it with my stamp, and on here, it's all rights reserved, because I'm a business. I'm gonna reserve my rights too, the same way you do. The same way businesses do. When you get a cell phone, when you get anything, they're reserving their rights. They're a business to sue your ass for their money because you don't know the contract that you signed. Y'all know when you get a phone, you don't read all that paper. I do. Most people get a house, don't even read the paperwork. Oh, I got a home loan. No, you didn't. You ain't getting no money. So stop the cap. You ain't getting no money. Most people don't even know the interest rate. Most people don't even know how much money Uncle Sam took out your check for the whole year. And right now, you happy to get some pennies back. And instead of us deciphering it, tell our religious and charitable contribution of our choice and building infrastructure. And everybody get a tax and receipt. And then we don't have to complain about it. Ain't no libraries. We don't have no infrastructure. We don't have no learning centers. We don't have no books and all this where people teaching the right way. Yes, we do. I'm right here. What people done got caught up to is the pageantry with these people on the internet acting like they got some authority over you or like some security team and all this goofy shit. But who are you securing? Where the community that you securing? This is what I be acting. I be like, okay, so we're the community that we securing. Like this is a game. And then you be seeing these people like, oh, so what you in a goddamn contract with a European? So you in a contract with a goddamn police sheriff or something. You in what contract you in with them? So you voting for that? That's some goofy shit. That's goofy. That's what I be telling them. I said, look, our own people will sell us out. Our own people sold Patrice Lumumba out. The big six, they all sold us out. And here it is today, just because a person got a Fed zone and they playing a goddamn game with y'all, we think it's solid because you think you can get something. Come on, brothers and sisters, we got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. I was going to teach about the John and all that today, but I'm going to wait till Saturday adapt class. I'm telling y'all, we getting ready to, our brick and mortar is about to happen. I'm telling brothers and sisters, and I will hope people support and donate. Subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube channel, Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. Subscribe to my personal YouTube channel at Kareem Ibn Hakeem Goodman Bey. Also, we on Facebook at Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. Research me and see how long I've been doing this. And then research all the rest of these people and see what they were doing 10 years ago. And then ask them their real name and say, well, what were you doing 10 years ago? See what they were doing. And see what I was doing. See what I was doing 20 years ago. Just Google my name, Kareem Goodman Bey, or Reverend or Minister or Kareem Goodman Bey, and see what you get. And Google these people and see what you get with them. Oh man, I was in prison. Oh man, I was in the streets. Okay, how old are you? The same age as Sheik? Okay, well, Google me in the last 10 to 20 years and Google all these other people's body of work and see what you get. That's why I be laughing at my friends and family from the city of Flint. I be like, dude, all we want to do is party and bullshit. It's all a pissing contest. If I can move to Arizona and get people that haven't grew up with me to support, and we almost where we need to be, I'm getting ready to buy our brick and mortar right in my city of Flint, and 300 people giving $100 a month is 360 grand. Taxes and money, and I build infrastructure and bring everybody in and show them how we can do things in the community. I show people how they minister. I show people how to set up in their household. Come on, man. That's how I know we lost. You can't tell me no different. It ain't nothing but a pissing contest. You got this fraternity. Watch this. You got the Greek fraternity. You got the Zetos. You got the Kappas. You got all these Negroes, all these so-called Greeks. You got the Freemasons. You got the nigga Hebrew Israelites. You got the goofy Moors that talk that sovereign citizen stuff. You got the so-called Egyptians. You got the people that call themselves Negro, black, and colored, African American, which is synonymous to slavery, all in the same community. So what do we have? And all these crazy people go to different churches, and as soon as they leave the church, they come home talking about the pastor. Unless they that way too. Because most of these pastors ain't right. Man, man, no disrespect. I'm gonna start, man, I went to high school with a dude, no disrespect, and his dad was a homosexual preacher, no disrespect. No disrespect. And I was dating this girl, and she was like, you know, this pastor, a pastor in the city of Flint, he be up here picking up, they go together, they be going having sex. I'm like, damn, that's kind of weird. I hope you don't have a wife and children. When the man pull up, it's somebody daddy I know that I grew up with. I had to call one of my homies. He like, my homie S. He like, bro, what you thought I was playing with young? We talking about such and such daddy. There's a faggot preacher. Excuse my candor. That's all that Church of God in Christ. That's all that grooming stuff. That's that Greek mythology stuff. No disrespect to no one. That's the truth. That's the truth. This stuff been going on for eons. Eons. Just like it was a pastor in our city of Flint called, what his name? Christopher Martin. He a Kappa. And this dude got caught talking about the church and all this, and then here it is, the lady, she whistleblowed. Can't be mad at me. This free information. People be sending it to me. So I'm just sharing the information. I can give a damn how nobody feel. The only reason why the lady started whistleblowing because her daughter told everything. So you've been a part of the church for 20 years, and you say you and your husband used to clean up the pastor's church office and used to find bodily fluids and semen, and you said that on a church bus that the boys and the girls were getting fondled in their rectum and they were having sex in the bathroom in the church, and you say all that when you upset, but don't say all that when you ain't upset to save the people. Man, you ain't nothing either. We busting your head too, and your husband, because you letting the rest of these kids, you ain't saving nobody. So why you didn't say that until you was mad? See, that's what these Negroes do, man. That's what they do. See, I'd rather stand alone. And that's why I left the church and all that. I ain't leave because I was disgruntled. All the elders, all the older women in the church that knew my dad, because my dad was the executive director for Genesee County, and my dad is a dignitary in the city, they were like, oh, you Mr. Goodman's son. You're going to have to start your own charter because most of these preachers ain't right. I was like, how you know? And my dad was like, because we all hung out together. He was like, that right there, she's like, he ain't right. He messed with boys, he boo-boo. I'm like, well, damn. And they should all be afraid of her. All of them. So ain't no disrespect to no one. It ain't. They talk about, you can pull up Larry Reed show with the two preachers on there, talk about he was groomed by T.D. Jakes. The Young Bloods. I know the Young Bloods. This is why I be telling y'all, tell the truth, shame the devil. He the one who wrote the book DL, The Download. On my mama's side, that's why I be telling y'all, tell the truth, shame the devil. My uncle, Michael Finney that passed, he was Boulay. He worked for the governor, for Snyder. That's how I be knowing all this, because they tried to get me in. Ain't nobody, no street Negro finna be no Boulay or in no high society. They don't want no bums. I'm telling you, facts. It just be these Negroes that's ordering stuff off Amazon and George Lotterer. That's all it is. It ain't no light in that. I tell the truth. Because it's gonna be some people in your family. People got uncles and stuff that's Masons. I say, ask them some questions. They ain't gonna say nothing to you. I got Muftis under my auspices that father was Mason. They ain't know nothing about their dad was a Mason until their dad was damn near on their deathbed. My dad was in it, and my dad came up out of it. And I'm my dad's elder. And my dad like, you, if it was 1,000% right, he like, son, you 1,000% right. Why? Because black Masons call themselves widow sons. All my European Masons call themselves sons of Muslim. That's why I laugh at the misnomer black women that call themselves, I'm an Eastern Star. So what? You still under the Daughters of America Revolution. Your pentagram is still turned sideways with two horns up. You still don't know what the hell you talking about. Still. And you took an oath. So miss me with what you talking about. Every last one of them. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on the true side. I stand alone with it. I ain't on no white lies, and I damn sure ain't rocking with no black lie. I'm standing right here in the middle with the truth, with my comforter, my staff, my scimitar, with my degrees, with my wisdom, and with my brothers behind me, and with other different nationalities, professors, and truth tellers. The 5%ers, they'll be like, y'all know that man telling the truth. But we've been caught up with all the fugazi on the internet because Negroes are paper freaking terrorists. That's what they are. All those fascist groups on the internet, they paper terrorists. And they ain't did nothing for no one. And this stuff been happening forever. And they won't get on my page with that crap. With them fake mystic names, with them fake ass names. You send a person all your information and you don't even know their real name. And it's going to a P.O. box. Why would you even waste your time doing that? I claim my nationality. Can't no man nationalize you and denationalize you. It'll change you from the descendant nature of your foremothers and forefathers. Tell them Negroes to nationalize a Sudanese, a Chinese, or a Vietnamese. They have no power. That's cap. Only thing these Negroes can do is make you is a Freemason if they a potentate or an archon. And 9.9999999% of these Negroes ain't nothing. And if they are, I get my European Mason, that's a Scottish Rite Mason, and they'll laugh at all these so-called Prince Hall Masons that tell them that they're a son of Muslim. They'll be like, that's stupid. That's stupid. And I'm saying it. Look at what stupid means. Look at what humble means in your dictionary and see what it means. So that's all I got for y'all today, man. I'm gonna keep coming. I don't need to, like I said, I don't have to write nothing down. It's all here. Because I've been doing this stuff for years. I just teach systematically Saturday and Sunday. And I like to come on here through the week and just share things with y'all. But the Spirit took me another level. I was going to talk about the Ajani, but I'll talk about that another time. I already talked about the science and the keys and what more science is, the Freemasonry and Illuminati. I'm going to keep speaking over this over and 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 over again, because that's what a teacher does. I teach in circles. Remember, I gave y'all a nugget today. Y'all know what the nugget was? Let me see, can I find my note that I wrote down for y'all? I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, I said, today's note. What does Mazzaroth mean in the Bible? Mazzaroth is talking about the constellations and the zodiacs. You look in 2 Kings 23 and 5, Job 38 and 32. What is it talking about? Then I showed you one of the schoolmasters. This ain't even high. This is Atlantis of the latter days, what the Scottish Rite Masons have. And all it is the Osiris Mysteries. See how much this book costs on Amazon. It's probably unavailable. Probably costs a couple $100s. I converted this book to an ebook. Everything that I talk about, I converted them to ebooks. Shoot, Google spent $25 million converting books to ebooks. I did it as well. I ain't spent no $25 million because I know they took a lot of chapters out the books. I got so many original books given to me. I got a book called Russian Icon by Vladimir Dale. That's one of the most scholarly books. All the academias have them. Harvard, Oxford, all the prestigious universities in England have them. And it's the Russian icons, not the ancient blacks, the Russian icons with all the plates in it. I have all these original books and I convert them to ebooks. Melody, The Chemical Key to Black Greatness. All these books that cost a grip. You know, Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering, a plethora of more pieces of wisdom. And I lecture these. I lecture in academia. And a lot of stuff I'm talking about, most people don't know because you have to be introduced to the wisdom. And then you have to have a master teacher sit down and go over it with you. The same thing when I'm dealing with my Brahmin, with my Buddhist science. You need to sit under the auspices. That's on the way. And why not give homage to something that's right where we can have some infrastructure? Like, it don't make sense. And everybody can get a taxes and receipt. That's why I tell my family and my cousins, my nieces and nephews, I say, yeah, y'all gonna watch me. Our moms and dads and stuff, they gonna pass. Who gonna be the pillar in the community? Who gonna be the one that can be able to come and represent? No one. People be going to these fake churches and all this and don't understand what we can do and what we have in our own community. And I'll be saying this to my family and my friends. I'll be saying this to my family and my friends. Either we gonna stand for something or fall for anything. It's only one more science, only one truth, it's only one gospel. And it must be contextualized for us, the people. And with that, man, I thank y'all for listening to Little Old Me. Please subscribe to our temple and our school YouTube channel, Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. Support our ministry family. If you're looking for turbans, fezzes, she-macs, tunics, get it from me. You say that's happening just in life. The youth are the elders. I agree to a certain degree because the youth can be the elders because what the elders know, they don't know nothing. So the youth is like leading the blind. The youth can only be the leaders if they were what? Under the right auspices. So what they out knowing, if you just homeschooling, you don't know enough. That's why I said it's always good to have an elder. It's always good to have a so-called OG that's righteous to show you the way, to get you there way faster, to build your spirit up. That's what a map and a guide does. This is what I be telling people. I said a map and a guide is going to clear the way. In the bill, Joshua, his brothers and sisters, he showed the way. They were his close companions, the Jacobites, my close companions, my muftis, my nobles more than any more out here. Why? Because me, not saying me, because what was given to me, and I give it freely. And the workman is due his hire. Every person that I deal with that's not Moors and Moors, they be like, brother, thank you. You built my library. I want to know none of this over the years. These Negroes be gatekeepers holding it. Nope, I don't care who you are. You know, old person you call it, that people be calling, this is the grand sheik, an older person. I bet you they can't deal with it. I bet you, I don't care what, if you go get you an old person on the internet that been lying to people and talk about this is our grand sheik or this and that and the other, I bet you ain't gonna come around me with that because I've been around too long. I said, you couldn't team up with another scam artist. You can't call yourself a truth and a sheik and you scam and you got together with the fake dude, Shalimar Bey, and you talk about do some Moorish conflict and you send all those people into a burning house and then these Negroes be trying to defend that crap. I said, dude, but the Negroes did say they were the Moorish conflict. They did have with that bald-headed dude down to work with the feds and talk about some Moorish conflict. They did do that. They did charge people for ID. They did. What you talk about? What you talk about? So go on with the cap. Well, you taking up with them. I ain't taking up with nobody. I'm telling you what happened. Now, we gonna put all that to the side and listen to the crap these people be saying, all that word salad stuff. Somebody tell you to get rid of your license and do all that, and then you call these Negroes and they pull up talk about some secret goddamn meeting on Jekyll Island. Like, man, come on, man. I'll punch the hell out of somebody with that. My son, listen to that crap. I'll say, son, you listen to this stupid stuff. And you done call somebody, what a person gonna do, talk about, I'm gonna call my sheik over a traffic infraction. What the hell, what the sheik gonna pull up and do? What he gonna do? What he gonna say to these police? What he gonna say to them? That's gonna get you off. What he gonna say? All that stuff they talking aside, you still get your car towed. All that. Why do you wanna go through all that? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why you wanna go through all this stuff that these people have you going through. Because it's a way to do things. You're not for hire. Do you see all these religious organizations? They got a plate on their car, don't they? They tax exempt. They not for hire. So it's certain different tax codes that they fall under. Why? Because the religious laws trump anything else. This is what I'm telling people. But we letting these goofy Negroes get y'all caught up with a whole bunch of stacks of papers. Driving in their car. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm not driving, I'm traveling. All that stupid stuff. You ride with a whole bunch of papers and don't know what you're talking about. Setting these people up to get their ASS handed to them. That's what I be telling people. It's like, dude, people been doing this for years. For years. And they steady doing it. They gonna steady doing it because they think they know something. Tell them that if them Negroes talk about they some foreign national, tell these goofy foreign national Negroes to get the hell out of America. If they some foreign national, which is an oxymoron, tell them to go where they got a citizenship at. Where these goofy Negroes got citizenship at? Nowhere. If they don't like America. They talk about they some foreign national. Tell me who they got citizenship with. Nowhere. And you renounce your citizenship. You a domestic terrorist. I'm a Moorish American. I'm proud to be an American. Ask them goofy Negroes that if they not an American and the laws don't pertain to them. Well, what are they? Because you damn sure ain't no Moroccan or no foreign national. That's an oxymoron. Okay, well, tell me what other area you have citizenship with. Wait. These Negroes have no dual citizenship. These is facts now. They don't have no dual citizenship. And why would you let somebody tell you don't get a passport, meet some goofy Negro on the internet and get they fake pageantry stuff with Janet Jackson and Aaliyah and Michael Jordan there? You talk about this, your Moorish travel. You might as well make your own. Let's go and get a passport. You gonna let somebody tell you to get a damn world passport. That's the same thing that Mos Def got caught up for. Y'all be listening to these goofy Negroes on the internet that just talking. Like these are some clowns. And y'all know it. That is not more science. These is clowns. All this stuff can be destroyed in 1.2 seconds. The only reason why you take your driver's license with the feds on because it's your religious headdress. And you annex your L and Bay. to your name. You're not no Moroccan. Come on, man. Stop the cap. It's only one science. It's only one truth. It's only one law. And you can't arbitrarily explain the law how you feel. I told y'all, we got to stand up. We got to start asking these people this stuff that's on these podcasts. Oh yeah, you can text your this down the other. You can file this or file this. Ask them have they done it. And if they say they did, all they got to do is tell them to show you because they should have a record. Precedent-of-law cases, doc number, Free Information Act. Then ask them what's their real name. When you ask them what's their real name, you're going to be like, man, you done went to court for that bull crap. They had your ass in a straight jacket. And you was crying like 17 Chinese Mexicans in a snow fight. You was crying. You was calling all over to get bail. That's why you was in there for so long. And then talk about you made $3 million in the COVID. See, I know cap. Either they done got skinny off Ozempic or they done got bigger. Either or. I know cap. I know cap. No one will bring you to no burning house. Just like I told a lady, I said, don't listen to them Negroes in Florida telling you about squatting. In the state of Florida, squatters have no rights. Got that head bust wide open. Got that head bust wide open, stitches in the back. Had to tell another lady in Savannah, Georgia. I said, oh, you're going to get walked out your job. Why? Savannah, Georgia is a right to work state. You talking all that overthrowing the government on your podcast, they walked your goofy ass right out your job with no explanation. How I know? Because the sheriff called me. They were like, that's not what you teach, she. I said, I know. I don't know what she talking about. Walked her ass out her job. Then she going to call me and made up a whole lie, talk about her cousin. I wish one of my muftis was on here. I think my mufti Brian on here. He know I'm telling the truth. People be lying to y'all with that fake. So I don't went to court and won this. You ain't went to court and won a goddamn thing. Stop lying to people. Well, I went to court and won. No, you didn't. What? Okay, give me the doc number. What's your real name? What's your government name? You went to court and plead yourself to a lesser charge. Shut up. Why? Because I see you with the court-appointed attorney, and you done told something, so you done ratted on yourself. Come on, man. Somebody talk to me. It's payola. Y'all know what payola is? Just like when they use somebody on social media and these other platforms, be like, oh, they got a little following. It's payola. So that means I can get your following and this following, bring it together and get all these people caught up under a rapture. That's why you got the brother talking about on all these other podcasts that y'all see. The brother got millions of views talking a whole bunch of overthrowing the government. You can file this, you can file this, you can file this. And then you charging people to do this. Like, dude, like that's crazy. I ain't charging nobody for nothing. I say, give me a donation. What? Whatever the hell donation you want to give. I can't charge for something that I know is bull crap. And if it's right, you can do it yourself. I'm telling you. And I'm 49 years young. And I've been doing this forever. They ain't going to come to me with that crap. They ain't gonna sit with no real prosecutor attorney. They ain't gonna go to no court and defend you when you trying to do that crap. As soon as you take that stuff to court and you don't know what the hell you talking about, you're gonna have to plead to a lesser charge. You're gonna have to get a court-appointed attorney, and they might lock your ass. No, ain't no might. They gonna lock your ass up for contempt of court, because that's what they doing now with these goofy ass sovereign citizen Negroes. They locking their ass up for contempt of court, and then the Negro keep saying no contest or they don't consent. So you just rot your ass in jail. I'm telling you. And when you get in trouble, these people were nowhere to be found, and you get a court-appointed attorney. Come on, man. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We can't be this old and be stupid, family. More science is not no lucky rabbit foot or no wine. Law governs all events. We do things lawfully, and we defend the Constitution. We're not trying to overthrow no Constitution. We defend the Constitution. If you don't have a state booklet, all you got to do is hit me up. I'll give it to you for small donations. I'll give y'all everything for small donations. Everything I have, I'll give it to you. I went in thousands, 100,000 of debt. I went to a university in debt. When I figured it out, then my society paid for it, because I figured out how to go to school and get grants instead of having to get loans. Why? From my academia. I have certain professors that were like, no, we're going to help you finish this. People showed me how to get my own charter, how to get my own bylaws, how to be a part of real affiliations. And so when these Negroes and when these fascist people with a feds on get on the internet, I can be like, that's not true. And I can give you precedent-of-law cases, doc number, Free Information Act, no matter how nobody feel. As I close, y'all go hear these Negroes talk this stuff. Oh, we're going to expatiate for some de facto government. I know y'all heard them goofy Negroes say that. Well, anybody that expatriate from the de facto government, you a domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad. You don't, what the hell you want to expatriate from the de facto government for? Then who you got affiliates with? You a domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad. These Negroes playing the game with y'all. They playing the game. You ain't expatriate from the de facto government. Okay, once you do that, you stateless. You become a domestic terrorist. Facts. I know too many Negroes. I'll be waiting for them to get on here with that stuff. I'll be waiting for them to get on here with them lies. And then I'll be like, nope, I'm finna give you the president-in-law case. I'm gonna give you your name, their name, and show you that they lying. It was a brother that got caught up out here in Arizona, that boy, that came up with this book and a whole bunch of copy and paste shit. It had a picture of the clock of destiny on it, the zodiac, with a whole bunch of BS on there, a whole bunch of copy and paste. And some Negro took that and wrote that in there and went to court. I said, man, you finna go to jail. They finna think you crazy. Sure enough, took their kids and everything. Well, we claim all this. And I said, they're like, this ain't nothing but some copy and paste stuff. This person ain't no official. Oh, just because the person wrote a book with a whole bunch of copy and paste stuff, you think that's an official. And you done took that stuff and done took that crap to court. If that's the case, why that Negro didn't come to defend you? Why he wasn't the person that was defending you in your best interest? Why he wasn't your legal representative that defend you in your best interest? Because you took that shit out. His book that said that he's some giver, some president, he's some lawgiver. You took that shit out. His book, got yourself in trouble. So why that person don't come defend you? Because they know. Because if they show up, they go into prison too. See, this is what I'm telling y'all. I'll be waiting for them clowns to come on my page with that crap. One of the Negroes got locked up in Arizona. I was sitting right up in there. The referee, the judge, was my professor at GCU. I'm laughing. Negro turned around looking at me like, damn, yeah, I got the feds on. I'm cracking up. I saw another Negro came out here to Arizona. The judge made him take his feds off. He was like, well, this is mine. He was like, okay, give me the president-in-law case, the doc number, the Free Information Act. The judge was like, this a hack. My professor. I'm laughing like a mug. I'm sitting right up there with my feds on, everything. I'm laughing. I'll be waiting for these Negroes to come on here. I'll tell you their exact name. Made them Negroes take their feds off. They sat on it. Them Negroes show up in court with a tie, a bow tie on, nothing on their head, but all on the internet, they got all this regalia on. They go to court, them Negroes cut their hair straight up, put a suit on, all that stuff on. Bam. No fez, no turban, nothing. Nothing. No fez, no turban, nothing. I'm who I am regardless. You gonna do whatever to me, that's who I am. I ain't gonna strip myself. And that's what be happening to these Negroes. They only who they are on the internet. You go in real life, you go into their jobs, they ain't none of that. You go in their houses, they celebrate Christmas. They wives got Christmas trees. Nobody believe that stuff that they talking about. Nobody really like them. They done messed up all relationships because look what they doing. And won't nobody ask no questions. And I'm right here and everybody know me. I'm right here. How many people you know that's anointed and consecrated with multiple degrees with his own charter and come back and be a truth teller and say the only people that's subjugating us is our own people? Who? The black preacher, the black fraternity Negroes, the black Masons, the black everything. Those are the ones that's keeping us subjugated. It's no solidarity. Don't no European got no power over me. None, because they all sons of Muslims. I just broke it down in my Moorish degrees. I just broke it down. If people was listening, they have to, all sons of Muslims must obey Mohammedans and Moabs, especially the ones that's anointed and consecrated like me. Why? I just told you, they sons of Muslims. They Masons. Every European Mason, no matter male or female, will tell you that they a son of a Muslim. So that's legit like me. I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem when I travel. I'm in Arizona right now. Y'all see, I have no problem. I know too many Europeans out here. I know too many potentates. I know all my professors, Jewish professors and Masonic professors, Scottish Rite professors. Please. I travel just like this. When I lecture at the university, when I deal with my European Jews, when I deal with my Scottish Rite Masons, I dress like this or I have my tunic on. I might have my member jacket on with my tunic. Watch on. I might have put my member jacket on and I might have my tunic on there with all our signs and symbols on it. That represent, I gotta iron that back on. You know, we have our own regalia. We have our own varsity coats. We have real company pages that Morris Haberdasher, Binded by Books, AOLO Design Pros, My Son Tees. We got our own, we put music out. My brother Brian Hicks Bay. BMB Music Group. So we do real things. And I'll be asking our people to support our community. If you're more, get a fez, get a turban, go on Morris Haberdasher. Purchase something or hit me up. If you say you're more, or if you study and you're into history, science, anything, I have a full library. You don't have to give Uncle Sam, not Uncle Sam, but Amazon, Jeff Bezos all your money. And then I hear the excuse people say, oh, I like the physical books. Okay, well, we'll print and bind a book for you at bindingbooks.com. Or you can go to Office Max and Staples and print and bind a book for a fee. We charge the same. But you're not going to go to Amazon and buy this book for thousands and hundreds of dollars. You're not going to go on Amazon and buy the book Melanin, the Chemical Key to Black Greatness. You're not going to go on Amazon and buy the book Russian Icon by Vladimir Ivanov that costs grips, that costs stacks. You can get it from me. You can get it from me and print and bind it. Yeah, that's one of my muftis, Brian Hicks Bay right there. One of my brothers. And all my brothers, I didn't grow up with them. I met them doing exactly what I'm doing. When they met me, they saw me at my suit store teaching, doing business in real life. They saw me mentoring. They saw me like, damn, she come from City of Flint. They saw me getting my degrees. They saw me lecturing in the libraries and the colleges. They saw me in real life. They come visit me in real life and touch me. Come on, man. This is real. This ain't no fascist stuff. This ain't no overthrowing the government. We a real brotherhood with a real charter, with our real divine creed and nationality. We got real companies, and I need my brothers and sisters to support. And I can give everybody a taxes and receipt. If you are more and you power the BBT, ask my muftis. They get taxes and receipts. Turbans, fezes, everything is a part of our religious regalia. So you get a taxes and receipt. That's how we build infrastructure. We giving our money to Uncle Sam instead of supporting our brother. Everybody go to Amazon and buy stuff. Or I asked her more, where you get your fez from? Well, I got it from Amazon. The lady was laughing at him. She said, well, here goes Sheik right here. She was like, well, where y'all get y'all fez and turban from? They was like, him? She was like, so you're the only goofy Negro here to go with the Amazon and got it. And the lady laughed and she was like, that's why you don't be dealing with Negroes. I said, no. I'll be right there showing everybody what I do, what I support, and what I provide. These Negroes go right to Amazon because they can save $10 or $15. Or you can save $40, $50, but you ain't getting no taxes and receipt from Amazon for buying your religious regalia. Amazon ain't gonna give you no extras. You buy a turban from Amazon, that's it. I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you 4 yards because I cut them and everything. I have a warehouse and I'm gonna show you how to wrap it. When you get a fez from me, I give you extras. When you get all your ebooks from me, I give you extras. I build your library. When you give donations, I give you a taxes and receipt to claim on your taxes. I'm a community, so why Moors don't wanna deal with their own brother? You think I'm gonna get rich? Hell yeah, I should. Hell, if I'm doing things and I'm selling product, money coming in, I should get rich and then see what I'm gonna do with it. My heart is pure. I guarantee you everything I say, I'm gonna do. Why? Because I do with my money each year. Everything that I make at the end of the year, I have nothing. If I make 100 grand at the end of the year, I got $0. If I make 50 grand, I got $0. Why? Because I know what my bills are. Ask my muftis. I live a monk life. So it's only enough that I need for myself. Everything else, I do ministry. I travel. I give my mufti stuff. I make sure they have books and things. I went into debt almost 250 grand academic. When I be traveling, going to the Philosophical Research Society, when I go back to Detroit, it's an ancient bookstore in Detroit that I get access to. My man be closing the damn bookstore down when I come. He like, just pick whatever you want. And he was like, if you want the ebooks, you know how to make them ebooks. He was like, man, just let me know when you leave and I'll come back and lock up the building. Boom. So that's how I do it. And so the stuff that I talk about, I don't got to see you nowhere else to get it. I don't got to see you to no underground bookstore and they charge you thousands of dollars for some stupid ass paper. And they charge you thousands of dollars for some stupid ass paper and they get a kickback. And here it is, I'm right here. I say, I convert everything to ebooks. I'm the book of Eli. I lecture the book. I teach the book. I'll break it down for you. And the book really ain't the science. But a book will show you that it's nothing new under the sun. I ain't gonna send you nowhere and where it's a monopoly. I'm right here. I'm a source. Of course, I have to make money, but I'm not charging what these people charging you. I'm asking for a donation to give you everything that you would pay for. I ask for a donation for this. I told people right now, go on Amazon and tell me how much this book costs. You telling me it ain't worth the ebook and I print and bind it? You telling me this book ain't worth a donation and on Amazon this book costs a grip? And then I can burn the book up right now and tell you page for page what it's all about. You telling me the chemical key to black greatness, melanin, the chemical key to black greatness ain't worth a small donation and you see how much it costs on Amazon? Stacks. You telling me Russian Icons by Vladimir Ivanov ain't worth a donation with me and on Amazon it costs stacks? Come on, man. And you can print and bind it or we'll print and bind it. Our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. And this is what I spent my academic endeavor doing. This type of research. where we don't have to go out and spend all our money for things, and we have a culture, we have a spiritual house, and we should be doing business with our own brother, and I can give everybody a tax and receipt. Because if you came to my library at our temple and school and you a member and you a minister, all this stuff is a part of our spiritual house. So when you get books and all these things, come on, you get a tax and receipt, right? Because it's a part of our spiritual house. Come on, man. And that's how we build infrastructure. We got to do business, and I do good business. Yes, stuff happened when I switch vendors and things like that, but I make things right. But I'm telling people, that's real life. I'm a one-man show with a warehouse, and I ship stuff out, or I got stuff on demand. But as far as like fezzes and turbans and all the kufis and all that, I have all those in my warehouse. So with the stuff that I be posting, I have everything. If you want tunic, cotton or silk, fez, turban, shemag, yarmulke, tallit, what you want? A singing bowls, crystal singing bowls, Tibetan. I have it all. I have a warehouse, and everybody know that. So how can you be a moron on here with an L or Bay and you don't have a fez, and you on my damn TikTok or YouTube and Facebook every freaking day? How you don't have a turn? How you don't hit me up and be like, hey, Sheik, yeah, I ain't see that on Moore's Haberdasher, but I know you have turbans and fez. I want this color. How can I send you the money and then you can send it directly to my house? And all my European colleagues sending me that. And I be going around Moore's with these dirty ass fezzes on. Or then they be having them goddamn, excuse my candor, them cancer patient turbans on. You know, the cap style. Man, tie your turban. That's lazy. Learn how to tie your turban. Take the time to tie your turban and fez. I'll teach you. I have damn classes. You don't got to put no cap on because that's simple and easy. No, tie your turban and fez. Tie your turban and shemag. Get a fez. If you an empress on here, get you a white fez and a gold tassel from me. Because that white fez and gold tassel represent you. That ain't no Eastern Star. That means the star of the East. You wear your white fez with the gold tassel freely around me. Because the fez represents you. That's 9 to the 9 to the 9th power. The Monday ball, the tassel, the navel, the strings, the mundane ball. And then the white fez with the gold tassel represents your whole birth cycle, empresses. What goofy nigga gonna tell you you can't wear the fez? Yes, the hell you can, because the fez represents you. In that science, in that context, it represents 9. In that context. And that's just a small fraction of what the fez represent. So why we listen to these jacklegs? Come on, brothers and sisters. I need y'all support. So we can get our first brick and mortar in my city of Flint, and then we can start traveling and building brick and mortars in every jurisdiction that the people are at, that need a place to come. And y'all can come to my city of Flint and take advantage of the temple. Everything that we provide, everything that I know, all the skills that I have, I bring it to our storehouse. So that's all I'm saying, my brothers and sisters. If you are more and you understand your more science, get a turban from me. Get a shemag, get a fez, get some regalia. Go on mooreshaberdasher.com and check some stuff out. Check out bindingbooks.com. You don't have to buy nothing on there. Y'all know me specifically. Anything on there you see, you can get it from me. All y'all are my personal friends. Everyone on here, you my personal friend. Yes, I have company and business pages, but if you my company friend and you under the auspices and you're part of our organizations, you can get with me directly. And I can ship stuff to you directly. And I can give you a tax and receipt because you're part of what we're doing. You want to be part of our temple and school to learn and get a lot of our private classes, because I teach private. A lot of stuff I don't even share with the world. A lot of books and stuff, esoteric books, Gnostic books, I only share with my group, with my members. Everything I don't share. Some stuff I share, but a plethora of stuff that I have, it ain't for the masses. I have the right not to share everything with the masses. I'm just casting my net out to bring you in, because everything that we talk about, it don't need to be shared on social media. There's no reason, because I don't give a damn. I tell people we have real land. Look me, look myself up, my noble Malik Reed L, and my noble Lamarck Barclay Bay, and look us up in the state papers, in the city papers in Kingsman, Arizona, and see that we own 10 acres of prime real estate where we can build our homestead, everything on it, and we about to get 10 more acres. Research what I'm telling you. Research these people be lying, talking about they don't pay no taxes in no neighborhood. You a lie. If you don't pay no taxes in no neighborhood on your house, that means your house is up for foreclosure. You a lie. You a lie, because the local and the state laws trump anything that you talk about in your local neighborhood. You was nothing in the local neighborhood. So stop the cap. It's a whole bunch of people just running their damn mouth. And so I love y'all, man. Once again, support your brother. I'm transparent. I do need my people to support with tax exempt dollars. I'll give everybody a tax exempt receipt. And y'all can hold me accountable. I guarantee you I'm going to do what I'm going to say. I know too many women that got autistic kids and kids on the spectrum, and I'm a licensed ADHD. I'm licensed child psychology. I'm licensed behavioral health therapist. Why are people let other people diagnose them and just give them some goddamn medicine and Ritalin because they don't want to know how to deal with them? They just want them to be quiet. No, send them to me. It's on me, and we need our infrastructure. All this stuff is government money, and we don't got to ask to beg the government for nothing. We giving our money to Uncle Sam. The law says we're either going to give it to Uncle Sam or support our religious and charitable contribution of our choice. And I can give everybody a tax exempt receipt. And in one calendar year, we can be rocking and rolling. And all the sisters that got gifts and everything, you working under the auspice. If enough people in that area, we have subordinate temples in our area. And I show people how to do ministry. We have to come under the auspice of someone that have an idea and a plan that works. Because everything else is meaningless. I can't collect no $7 million, or like the dude said, he made $3 million in COVID. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So if you made $3 million in COVID, why are you charging people for some fake course and this to have them try to overthrow the government? If I made $3 million in the COVID, I'm gonna have my own classroom with computers, and I'm telling everybody that want to come learn this, just come give me a small donation. Just come give a donation, a charitable suggested donation. My charitable suggested donation can say it might be $50. That's a charitable suggested donation. If you don't have $50, you got $10, you good. You got $5, you good. But don't be niggardly and knowing you got $50 and be cheap because you want to go get an eighth instead of doing what you need to do. And if you got the money to get the eighth of marijuana, you do that. But don't be cheap with the wisdom, because the wisdom gonna save you. This is what I be telling us, man. We got to support someone and trust someone. Everybody is not right. And they done made a mockery of us. Everybody ain't no liar, no cheater, no scam artist. Everybody ain't no molester and all that. But all that crap, you got people that's like that, they up in the pulpit. They up in there, we letting these people diagnose our kids. They've been preaching all this stuff for years, and in my city of Flint, everything raggedy. In your neighborhood, that's the hardest hit fund, where it's mostly minorities. One of my muftis live in St. Louis, raggedy. Another one of my muftis live in Baltimore, raggedy. All the buildings, raggedy. And the people go to these churches, and these infrastructures is making money, and it's all tax exempt because the pastor is a nigga-tainer. And there's no infrastructure. And the people don't get to use the tax exempt status. Well, pastor, if the people ain't there, you have no tax exempt status. How can you live tax-free and the people don't take advantage of the tax-exempt status? All my people take advantage of that. You want to have a basketball group or you a mentor, tax-exempt. When you buying things under that, under the temple, tax-exempt status. Why? Because we doing church business. We doing ministry. I love y'all, man. I need y'all support. If I didn't need y'all support, I wouldn't say it. And I'm not afraid to ask my people for support. I got too many people following me on TikTok and YouTube and social media. I got too many friends. I got too many people that saw me, come up off my stomach and rise. And then I came back as a poor righteous teacher because I didn't have to come back to my community. I could have just taught academia, signed a contract, being contingent on me shutting my YouTube and stuff down, make about $185,000 my first year, teaching a whole bunch of people that don't look like me. Because most of our people don't go to academia. I know this. I was the only one that graduated my skin from Clear University. I was the only melanated brother when I graduated from 2017 from Grand Canyon University with my dual master's degree in first century history and religion and linguistics from Grand Canyon University. I was the only one. And y'all saw the pictures all on Facebook and YouTube. It was too hot. I would have wore my fez, but it was too hot. But I did have my talent and my kufi on, or my bonnet. It was just too hot when we graduated. If it was cooler, I would have wore my fez. But in the wintertime, when I used to be on campus lecturing and stuff, I wear my fez all the time. That's how they knew who I was. That's how all the professors knew who I was. They looked me up. They knew who my dad was. They knew everything. They were like, oh, you Mr. Goodman, son. We know your dad's background. Treated me so different. I have no problems on the college campus. And then the rest of my schooling, my master's, was paid for. It was paid for. I didn't have to go in there. They paid for the rest of my schooling. The dean of the theology division paid for it. He was like, we have scholarships for scholars like you. And I was like, He was like, well, just write this. I'm going to make sure you get it. I wrote it, boom, got the scholarship. I wouldn't no more. I didn't have to get no financial aid or none of that no more. And I still go up to GCU and lecture. My name's still in the vestibule. I still got all these college students that send me donations for books and stuff to this day. That's why I said, man, it's getting ready to happen. I need my people to support. I really do, man. Consistently. It don't matter how much it is. I need my people support. If you read, if you study, anything that you need, I have it for you. All you got to do is ask. Any beads, anything, I have it for you. Why? Because I make them. I get a lot of beads from other places. I get Blue Lotus, all that stuff. I make concoctions, man, for prostate cancer. I do all that. I don't sell it because why? I make stuff for people. I don't care about putting nothing on Amazon. I got my own platforms, but I know how to make prostate cancer stuff out of certain herbs. It's very simple. I'll make you a concoction, or you just be like, Sheik, I can make my own. And I say, okay, well, just give me a small donation for my time. I'll give you all the ingredients. You make your own. It's that simple. That's what a God man do. It's not hard. I got the Herbology for Home Study. I got the manual for everything. I love Dr. Sebi, but all that stuff came from Herbology for Home Study. I got the whole manuals. So when people be talking about that brother, Yada, and they be mad because he's selling stuff on Amazon about this big for a couple $100, and it's called Apple of Eve, I said, is it ingredients? Yep, so what the hell you complaining about? Make your own. What you mean, Sheik? I just said, is it ingredients on it? Retardo, fardo? Yes, then make your own, or shut the hell up. Or get with me. All you gotta do, is, a workman is do his hire. All you gotta do is pay me give me a donation one time. I'll say, it's this. I'll make it. You will see me making it. And I'll say, well, you don't like this type of fruit, because everything else is herbs. So you put your own fruit that you like in it, because you might not like this type of green or this type of green. I'll say, well, these the herbs, that's for it. Now you can put this green in it, and bam, you got your own concoction. A God man is going to do that for you. A person that says that they have the keys to fallen humanity can't just sell every fucking thing. Excuse my candor. But he can't ask for donations for what he have because he have to survive. And I went in debt for everything that I know. And that's why I say I can survive off donations. And I can give everybody a tax exempt receipt. Everybody can't do that because they ain't established. I'm a divine minister. And a divine come first. So if I got a gift, I'm offering my gift for small donations. I'm not charging no one. I just told everybody, all y'all are my friends. Everybody on here, if you don't think you are, you part of the burning bush. Think what I'm saying. Why? For business purposes. I'm going to share everything with you. Why? And I don't have to make money off of you, but you can donate because you get something that you want. And whatever you get is worth the value, especially the books and things. Everything a part of our spiritualness. It should be a problem getting it from me. It should be no problem getting it from me. Hell, if we buy some Louis and we buy Gucci and Prada, and you say you and more, you shouldn't have no problem getting no fare from me for $200. And I'm gonna give you a turban that you probably don't even know how to tie, and then I'm gonna take the time with you to show you how to tie your turban, and I can give you a tax exempt receipt. Come on, man. I love y'all, man. Any questions? Anybody got anything before I leave? Anything? I just ask my brothers and sisters, don't be a spectator, be a participator. There's nothing wrong with supporting something that's real. Give me a chance. The same way we gave all these people, the same way we gave, no disrespect, what's his name, Dr. Umar. The same way y'all gave Polite a chance, thinking he finna do this. The same way y'all gave all these people, even a dude on the internet right now, what they call themselves, kill them, whatever, talking about you can do this and you can do all this. Treat me the same way. Like all these people get a mega preacher money and then talk about stuff. Treat me the same way we do the mega preacher. And see what I do. I guarantee you I do right by the Creator and all my people. Why? Because my heart is pure. That's why. Support your brother. Go on our webpage. Hit me up. Get a fez. Get a turban. Get a kufi. Get a book. Hell, I gathered and compiled 10 books. I had a Negro, and that's why, this is another reason why I don't deal with Negroes. I had a Negro get a book for me, and he was like, oh, I thought it was going to be this. Dude, it's gathered, compiled, and divinely prepared. I took all the history and put it in a small compilation. It's nothing new under the freaking sun. Only thing going to be original is my autobiography. Anything else, it got to be researched. And it got to be peer reviewed. And you got to give credit to the original thought, the same way the prophet did. Gather, compile, and divinely prepare. What I've done is took all that wisdom with these gatekeepers that act like they don't know, and I give it to you. And then I break it down. So once again, man, I'm your brother. I'm your friend. I love y'all, man. Support your brother. That's the only way we're going to have a brick and mortar. That's the only way y'all going to see everything what I'm talking about, and we can be a community. We have to trust someone, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. And I know a lot of us been played by people on the internet. I know that. I know a lot of our empresses been played by these charlatan bum Negroes, and y'all done gave these clowns money, but you call yourself a goddess. And I'm not talking about no one specific, but you can't be a goddess and don't know how to make a sound decision with a court jester with a feds on you met on the internet, and you sending this jackleg all your money instead of supporting something that's real. Come on, man. I cast my net out. I love y'all. Peace, light, and illumination. And like I said, hit me up. I'm transparent, especially for my ladies. I don't give a damn about no old dog. I ain't arguing with no one. I ain't doing no debating with nobody, because it's nothing to debate. I never debate no goofy Negro. I never debate no one. If anybody I'm going to debate, it's going to be a European, an Albion, a professor, a lawgiver. I'm not debating no Negro that I know don't know a goddamn thing, excuse my candor, that I know. If anybody that I'm going to have a serious conversation or debate, it's going to be a European Jewish preacher. It's going to be a prosecutor attorney. It's going to be a European Scottish Rite Mason or a European Jew or a European Anglo-Saxon professor. That's going to be like, well, damn, it ain't nothing they can say. But I damn sure ain't wasting my time with no Negro on the internet walking around with some fake ass badge, excuse my candor, talking about they this and that and the other in a raggedy ass neighborhood, and their wife living on Section 8, and they riding around in an old ass raggedy ass Crown Victoria with a whole bunch of rust signs on it, trying to tell me to join some part of that. I don't need to join none part of that or be another part of no bum shit. Excuse my candor. Why should I? Why? And I know better than that. I know better than that, and you know better than that. And y'all empresses know better than that. Come on, man. These people don't read. They damn comprehension level is minuscule. And most of them got a 3rd grade reading comprehension. I guarantee you. All you gotta do is ask them, oh, I dropped out of school and this and that. We know. And now all of a sudden you got sheet this, scholar this. Dude, stop the cap. Stop the cap. I love y'all, man. Thanks for y'all time. Once again, if you have it on your heart to support your brother, do. If not, thank you again. I'm going to keep coming to you. And if you got 1 foot or 1 foot in, I'm going to still keep coming to you, giving you truth. Whatever you need, any questions you have, y'all know my information. Y'all know how to hit me up. Ask me anything. I'm going to always be transparent, and I'm going to always give you truth, regardless if it clear a room up or if it fill it up, because it ain't about me. It's about us. It's about us together walking out the house hand in hand, as we should, with true understanding. With true understanding. Understanding the triple roles. Understanding all 3 religious rights. The Fatimite, the Paraclete. What you say, no, but when will you be on again? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I tell you what. Somebody make a podcast and I come on your page. I come on your page every week and lecture. I just jump on here when I be having free time. Because a lot of stuff I do on my own. I got my own clients. I help so many college students graduate. I have my own people, youth that I do behavior therapist for. When I was working for the state of Arizona, I just figure out how to charge insurances, and a lot of people willing to pay me. So I tell people on here, let's create something. Let's create something. I tell brothers, I can't be going to all these European places and dealing with my other people that's legit, and none of my people have me come lecture and teach because they know I'm gonna tell the truth, and it's gonna destroy all the fake stuff. No disrespect to no one. I know what people be into. It's criminal behavior. Only reason why I say names because people be sending me stuff. Somebody asked me, do I know some dude named Jonah Bay? I said, dude, stop. I said, I know. I said, this person promulgating the same bull crap. That's not more science. Some old fancy stuff. That's their own thing. And they mix it with more science because that's how they get you. Dude, I'm telling you, none of these people wear no feds in real life. They can't. It's all designer shit. It's all a fake ass lifestyle. That's some groupie stuff. And they all saying the same thing. From him, from the other dude on the internet with the hair that be on the podcast, all the same. I'm gonna give you precedent in law case. I'm gonna give you doc number. I'm gonna give you free information act. So I tell all my brothers and sisters, let's create something. I'll come on your page. You hit me up and be like, okay, brother, can you come on my page? I'll come on your YouTube channel. I'll show it live on my page. Anything people want to talk about, I'll do it. Any documents y'all want to talk about, I'll come on anybody's page. I'll come to your city on my own dime. We just collect donations, and I'm going to give so much back to the people. Guaranteed. So whatever y'all want to do, I come on anybody's page, anybody that know me, especially my empresses that done got hustled by these charlatans. I come on anybody platform they say that they legit and have a real conversation. I guarantee you they won't. No arguing, no what I heard, come with real facts. And if any of them said that they went to court and did this, they got to come with the precedent of law case, the doc number, and all that to prove what they saying. Not know what you can do this, you can do this. Who can do it? If you did it, talk about you. And these people don't even show you that they in court. They all come out and say, well, they did this. Show me the proof. Show me the money. Give me the precedent of law case. And give me the Free Information Act so I can look it up and tell you what you're doing. Doc number, Free Information Act. Precedent in law cases. Remember that. Doc number, Free Information Act. Precedent in law cases. Those three things you need to remember. Doc cases, Free Information Act. Precedent in law cases. Quid pro quo. Chicago Review. Habeas corpus. They just be making stuff up as they go out like, dude, you talking out of the side of your neck. That's why none of them will come to me with that crap. I know it. They talking out of the side of their neck. And most of them went to court for some damn traffic stuff. I guarantee you. Or they squatting in houses. Guarantee you. I guarantee you. Everything else is BS. I guarantee you. So once I'm telling y'all again, man, whatever y'all want to do, y'all know my information. I'm right here. Anything you need, don't be afraid to hit me up. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'll give it to you willingly for small donations. I'll give you the state booklet. I'll give you the letter from the CCRD telling you that the 1099 ain't no stupid affidavit. It's a ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. It's a religious affidavit. That's all it is. And if anybody saying anything else, trying to make it up, they lying. It ain't no truth in them, and it's not more science. They trying to sink you into a burning house. Every last one of them. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's that lady on the internet, call herself Gail, call herself some damn Sharifian officer. Lady, that's some ancient Ottoman Empire stuff. What the hell is y'all talking about? And then all these people get arrested on TV. Come on, man. Like that's something. Well, our prophet told us to be industrious. That ain't being industrious. That is not being industrious. Playing a game. That ain't industrious. And y'all know it. I love y'all, man. Let's do things the right way. But if anybody need anything, y'all hit me up. Y'all want me to come on your platform. Anything you need, any questions you need asked, hit me up. Any books, any literature, I got it for you. All you gotta do is hit me up. I'll give it to you for a small donation. I'll send you the ebook. But if you want anything printed and binded that costs a grip, you're gonna have to pay for me to print it and bind it. You know? But I can give you any ebook for a small donation. I guarantee you. And you will love it. And I'm gonna give you gifts. Ask my muftis or ask anybody that know me. Anything you purchase from me, I'm gonna give you gifts. Because I'm attached to gifts and I'm a gift giver. I'm telling you, I love to give gifts. I love to bless people. I love to give my people things. I love people to have what I have. I want people to know just as much as I know. Why? Because how can I know something and be heavy and everybody around me ain't heavy? That's crazy. I don't want to be the sharpest knife in a drawer. Never wanted to be. I wanted to be one of those that acquire wisdom and say, okay, I don't have to what? Sell myself out or go get no loan from the banks. I say I can deal with my people and show my people that we taxes them for the federal government and get my people donation. And get donation from my people and get them taxes and receipts to build infrastructure. I show my people what percentage you got to donate to your religious charitable contribution to offset your taxes depending on the state you live in and depending on how much money you make. I'm transparent. So nothing that I talk about or teach is going to get you in trouble. Not nothing. But what it's going to do is build us some infrastructure to show what we can do as a people with the money that we already have. Because pennies make dollars, and dollars make thousands, and thousands make millions. And if the heart is pure, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. What is it? Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Ecclesiastes Chapter 10, verse 19. When these jacklegs be trying to tell you the money the root to all evil. No, you evil, the vessel evil. So when you get some money, you're going to do the evil stuff. But if the vessel right, you're going to do everything that you say you're going to do. And everybody that's been corrupted, or you say that they done got cloned or all this, man, they want it right from the beginning. It was all for personal gain. It was all for personal gain, because look at them. Look at them now. They all talk that religious stuff, but then what? They switch to what? Personal fame. They want to have a Corvette. They want to have a Bentley. They want to have all the diamonds and all this. They had none of that stuff before then, so everything changed because they see Negroes that throw, poor people that throw money at stuff. Look at all the fake Moors talk about they deal with the stock market and the goddamn Bitcoin. And you're supposed to be registered on the SEC. These Negroes ain't making that much money. I know this for a fact. Pull up my boy Pocket Watchers, JT Pocket Watchers. That's a certified practical that do all this. And you'll see. And he had all them fascist groups on there, them Negroes lying. All of them look like a deer in the headlights. He asking them a whole bunch of questions. They look stupid. Had the young boy on there, the Al Islam brother on there, Ben X. He talking about all this. And my man, Pocket Watcher from JT, just asking them questions. These Negroes look stupid. Because this payola. With all that Ponzi scheme. And then the brother jumped on my page one day, my mufti on here. I said, don't say nothing and get slick, just sit here. Because I was dealing with a brother that called himself El Hajj. I knew he was a Nation of Islam because one of my elders told me. He said, yeah, they're going to be coming on your page and they ain't going to say nothing. I know they ain't because I started showing them all their documents. Don't come on my page and you done lie to the people talking about you got 400 acres of some fake ass never land. And I know the European, the old man and wife that own that land. Don't do that, and y'all went and got some fake-ass tool sheds with these big stupid scissors and had a fake-ass ribbon cutting and hustled everybody out their money. Don't do that, because that's the truth, and we only do that to our own people. These people be part of the Nation of Islam and all that. Why you ain't do that with the Nation of Islam? Why y'all had to do a so-called fake-ass crowdfunding because you knew it was fake off the top? Where the land out? All you got to ask these people is where the 400 acres? It was a scam to get people. And if it was started off right, then it wasn't right. Look at all of them. That started off with the scam stuff, with the houses stuff, with the Black Wall Street. No disrespect. People be hitting me up. Do you know Jay Morrison? No, I know this shit is a scam. Anybody promoting they was a prisoner and doing this, and then all of them know each other. All of them was down with that Jay Morrison stuff. Yes, the idea was great. Yes, all that was great. But then if you get polluted on your mission and start scamming and you turn out bad, oh, it's bad. Could something good happen? Yes. But y'all see, no good happen. All this old pay for your leisure, or you can invest in this house stuff. All these people on these fake ass private jets, all this. Man, that's the lifestyle y'all want? It's groupie stuff. No, we're supposed to be showing people how to do stuff in the community. And that's what I do. I do it in real life. We own property on the Burning Bush Tabernacle Scientific School in my city of Flint, Michigan. Me and my business partner, Chavez, Dale in Vegas, one of my muftis in my organization, we own 3 houses and we donate them to the Burning Bush Tabernacle Scientific School. And we're going to move women in low income, and we're going to have one as a Moorish house. So when brothers go into prison, it'll be like a halfway house. We're going to do one for Army vets. You know? But all this I can do at our temple and school, daycare, and do all this and apply for grants and all this stuff to teach after school activities and all that because I know how to do it. I just need the people. I just need the infrastructure. And I need my people to really trust me. We're giving all our money to Uncle Sam and it's sitting in the private banking system when people can support our organization and I can give you a taxes and receipt. Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. This is what I tell everybody, what? Hold me accountable. Hell, they made Charleston White popular and he said what he was going to do. I ain't mad at the man Charleston White. Why? Because I respect people that say what the hell they gonna do. And that man said what the hell he wasn't gonna do, and he did it. And he showed how goofy Negroes are. You can't be mad at that man. That man did all type of righteous stuff, try to help kids and communities and boys and sinners and all that. Nobody want to rock it with him. People used to laugh at the man when he used to ride the bus with his daughter and have his bike on the bus. And when he get off the bus, he get on his bike, people laughing. But then he said, oh, y'all like this goofy rap shit. He said, I'm finna give me some dimes. I'm finna get rich. That's what he said. He like, watch, I'm finna be MC Gusto. And that's exactly what that man did. And what happened? And everything happened. He showed that Negroes is stupid as hell. All that controversial shit he be talking about, he know it's a game because he know Negroes stupid. He told everybody what he was going to do. I ain't mad at the brother Charleston White. I ain't mad at nobody that's gonna tell you what they gonna do and did it. What I don't like is what these Negroes, they talk this science and talk this spiritual stuff, and then their whole mission was to hustle people out their money. And then they say money is their God. I ain't mad at no Charleston White for doing what he doing. I applaud him. Because he said he was gonna do what he was gonna do. And what? He doing it. He said he's gonna get the dimes and the watches and do that and talk crazy, outlandish, because that's what Negroes do. He said he's gonna do controversy. He said he's gonna say some of the outlandish stuff. That's what he did, didn't he? Because when he was trying to get the grants and had the community centers and all that stuff, it didn't happen. It didn't. Nobody would support it. Just like people be telling me, they're like, "She, you could just start talking crazy and get popular like Charleston White." No, the hell I can't. I cannot compromise my integrity, and my mom and them see me on the internet talking out the side of my neck for $1. I just won't have it. I don't need no money that bad. I done did enough stuff in my professional work life and the things I do. I live a monk life. I don't even spend money like that. So I definitely don't need that. Not for me. I could wear the same shit over and over. I can wear my religious regalia and the things I got over and over to the day I die. I don't have to buy nothing material. Not one thing. Why? Because I got enough. And if I get anything, I provide it for myself. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. I ain't mad at nobody that said what they're going to do. What I have a problem with is these brothers with fezzes and turbans on and say they holy mans, and all they do is come in our community to what? Extract money. That's payola. That's a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scheme. And these Negroes ain't even smart as Bernie Madoff. Think about it. Just like everything that's happening, it's a Jedi mind trick. Just like I told y'all about what's happening with the dude from Detroit, Anton Daniels, and a comedian. Didn't Malcolm tell y'all about this goofy stuff? I told y'all that's a Masonic trick. That shit was for ratings. Do you think two Negroes down there 60 years old getting ready to fight? Do you? On national TV. Fight for what? Because you don't believe how somebody believes? If that's the case, you can't say nothing about these young kids. And that's why the young kids mess with me. They like, them old fools is a joke. I know they are. They a joke. Talk about the children of the future. Like my young noble said, we can't be the future, when we got elders like them fools and you stand by yourself. I need my people help, man. So anything anybody want to talk about, anything y'all need, any podcast, create it. I'll come on your show. If you see some stuff on the internet and you think it's this and you about to spend your money, you about to get yourself in trouble, hit me up. And so whatever decision you make, once I give you the information to make a sound decision, if you make that decision, you can't say you didn't know. If you don't have a state booklet, all you got to do is hit me up. I'll give you the state booklet. For a small fee, I'll give you the 1099 letter to tell you that it's no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. I'll give you this stuff so you can start looking at people like, dude, stop. I promise you. Support your brother, man. If you need fezzes, turbans, anything, hit me up. And check out morrishaberdasher.com. Y'all my personal friends. Y'all can get stuff directly from me. I love y'all. Thank you for your time, peace, light, and illumination. And I'll see y'all probably tomorrow after I get done doing my work. I love y'all, man. Peace.